Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's presentation of the Bandit Racing League Southern 250, first race of the Bandit Racing League's Tim Hortons Cup Series at the Daytona International Speedway. As always, I'm your host, Joe Twansky, and I don't want to say it's a throwback because a throwback isn't usually for a couple months, but after a hiatus, joining me tonight, Mr. Alex Gordon. Welcome once again to the booth, Gordo.
Thanks for having me, Joe. Yeah, it's been a little while, so I might be a little rusty tonight, but it's good to be back in the booth, and I'm looking forward to some exciting racing here in the Bandit Racing Tour.
Yeah, this race, it's going to be a fun one tonight. First race of the season at Daytona. A lot of leagues, they open up at Daytona, and that's always a big thing. But for the Bandit Racing League, they've done a lot of prep for this race. They've run dual races. These guys have had a lot of laps on track. So, what do you see this? How do you see this race playing out tonight?
Well, I think it's going to be your standard super speedway race. You might see a lot of jostling for position early on to try to get some track position. But then, once these guys figure out what their cars are going to do, you might see some drop to the back to stay out of the wrecks. You may see some try to get in front of the wrecks. Basically, what it boils down to is expect calamity at some point in the night. All it takes is one person to lose their patience and make a move that they wouldn't normally make, and it may cause an issue on the track. But I think it'll be exciting. I think you'll see a lot of passing. I think it'll be a quality race all night long.
Yeah, and I hinted at those dual races that happened over the weekend and the last couple days. And with that being said, I'm going to throw up the lineup of those drivers who have had their spots determined already that participated in those dual races, and I'll run you through that. Dante Reese and Andrew Lemke are going to be on the front row. Dunlop Prad and Brendan McDowell on row 2. Dylan Connolly, Joshua 2, row 3. Mike Wiley, Jake Emerson on row 4. Row 5 is going to be Jonathan Feld and Ryan Lusk. And then James Moore is going to be on row 6, with the rest of the drivers tonight being determined based off of last season's Super Speedway Series points. Due to they're not running a formal qualifying session tonight, Gordo. And with that being said, I'm using that little wording tonight. These guys that they've battled to get this good track position to start this race, so the idea would be, and the assumption would be, that they're going to try to stay out front throughout the night, isn't it?
I mean, that would be the assumption, yes, but things don't go as planned all the time. Especially if you get in the wrong lane and maybe the bottom lane goes a little quicker than the top lane with a draft. It's all about holding that track position. You're going to see some comers, you're going to see some goers, but all in all, I think it'll be a well balanced race tonight. You just gotta hope these guys don't try to win it on the first lap. They got to realize they've got 100 laps tonight, and you can easily put yourself in position to win, but you can also easily take yourself out of the race with a very very ill-fated move.
Well, and also with that, Gordo, they can't take themselves on the first lap. They can take themselves out on the second lap, though. So tonight you'll see on the first lap, they'll get the initial green from the game, but that lap's going to be used to get lined
Yep.
up for the start of the round. Yeah, these guys up here in this JTN booth, they got you got to think on your feet, because I'm throwing, I'm spitting, I'm just woo woo woo.
Hello, y'all. Well, I was just gonna remind you guys get on and off track.
Yep, no problem, Mr. Jonathan, sir.
Hello, welcome, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Apologize for that. We had race control pop into our broadcast there.
It's always fun. It's always fun.
Hey, you never know. You never know what you're gonna get here on JTN.
Oh, we're always having fun here, and we're gonna have some more fun this week, folks. The Bandit Racing League tonight at Daytona. Wednesday night, it's the Friends of Sim Racers Tour Under Armour Cup Series finale from Texas, where we have a PTR versus Team Twansky battle for the championship there. And then Thursday night, the Hobo Racing League's modified tour heads to Thompson. We'll have live coverage of all those races for you, so make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribing to get more information on those when those broadcasts start. And Gordo, there's a lot of great racing here on JTN as of late.
Yep. Yeah, there is. We've got everything covered. I'm really looking forward to that race at Thompson. I think that'll be a fun race. Always a great Great track, great competition there. But yeah, I mean, I look forward to that, but I also really look forward to this race tonight. JTN, it's your go-to spot for the greatest NR 2003 racing. So
The greatest NR 2003 racing. And again, so happy you're joining us here. I'm Joe Twansky, Mr. Alex Gordo joining me tonight after not being up in the booth. Hey, anytime I call this man Alex, he freaks out at me. He yells at me.
It doesn't feel right.
It doesn't.
It doesn't feel right.
And usually when I say it, I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait, did I really just do that? So we'll keep a counter. I think our chief statistician Ryan Pace is in the chat tonight. Wonder if maybe he'll keep a counter, but Gordo, I don't foresee myself making that mistake too many times.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna keep count too, because that'll be extra 50 cents you owe me every time you say Alex instead of Gordo. So.
Well, you know.
No, I'm just kidding around. I'm a man that answers to many a name, so it's all good.
Well, what would those names be? Is there a?
I can't say them on the broadcast.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not very PG.
Bristol back, our producer in the truck, wouldn't appreciate it.
No, Bristol would frown upon the names that I've been called. So.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't want to upset Bristol. No.
Oh yeah, and this qualifying session taking a little bit longer.
Apparently, one of the drivers have fallen asleep back in their motorhome and
there we go.
Make it. Oh, we're going to happy hour.
There we go, and pole sitter going around backwards on pit road. That's
quite the way to warm your tires up right there.
I mean, you gotta warm them up. You gotta get them ready to go.
Well, I mean, hey, you do what you gotta do, you know.
Yeah, there you see Reese, Dunlaprad, Jake Emerson, Mike Wiley.
Oh, we're wrecking.
Whose car was that?
I'm not sure. It looked like the 8 got into the one of the 3-digit cars, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. There aren't any 3-digit cars except for us. I don't know who that was, Joe.
Was there an 8 car?
Oh, it was Mike Wiley. Was the one that got ran into by Cody Luke. That's the 8 car of Cody Luke.
I don't have that car file. Do you have that car file?
Oh my gosh, I have that car. You sent it to me.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
All right, well.
You know.
Pro broadcasting.
Right here on JTN. Make sure if you want to get your Racing League broadcast, check out our Facebook page and contact us there. I'm going to try to get that fixed here right before the start of this race. I still got a couple minutes, so. Is it his Budweiser car?
It is his Budweiser car. I believe it's not. It actually looks like it may be his car that he ran somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have the same window banner that everybody else does.
Well, you know, the Bandit Racing League just doing a great job of making sure everyone's allowed to race, and you got to commend them for that, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of leagues, they mandate, you know, contingencies, different things on the car files, and not doing so. I mean, it really allows guys to come in here and race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what this community needs. Is they need a nice open platform to come in, get some competitive racing in, and you know the more drivers we welcome, the better the future of this sim, or the better. How do I want to word this? The more drivers that we welcome now, the better off the sim will be in years to follow.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Drivers, thanks, Joe.
To your cars.
Oh, did things get reset?
Yes, it appears that Race Control, they did not have the right tires. The tires were not of the right specifications for the car. They kicked it back, and we have a massive wreck on pit road.
That's not good.
No, it's never good.
Wrecks
on pit road are not good.
A lot of stuff happening right now.
I'm not entirely sure how to call what I'm watching. There's a lot of stuff happening.
They can hear it. Oh boy.
All right, looks like they finally made it off pit road.
Well, you know.
So,
trickiest part of the track tonight. That's gonna be pit road. These guys, we were talking. It's about 20 laps on fuel tonight, and I mean that's gonna be about 4 pit stops for these drivers.
Yep. Yeah, you figure 20 laps on a fuel run, tires shouldn't be an issue. So that may cause some other issues because you guys are going to be getting on and off pit road as quick as possible. So a lot of collisions possible on pit road. Also, the simple fact of getting the cars slowed down from speeds near 200 miles an hour down to 55 miles an hour. I mean, that's not the easiest thing to do while also trying to manage traffic. So a lot of potential issues getting on and off pit road this evening.
And we already see a lot of drivers practicing that, and the 5 car having a lot of trouble, that being the 5 of Shane's sides. And getting into Cody
boy.
Luke in there.
Oh boy. Yeah, and that's what could happen. Something just like that could happen this evening and could ruin somebody's race.
Well, and that's not what you want to do, because these are these drivers' primary cars out here. You know, they don't want to be wrecking them up right now in happy hour.
That's true. That's a lot of money and a lot of manpower to get those cars fixed. And this is the greatest race in Bandit Racing League history. I mean, this is a prestigious race. You don't want to take yourself out of it before it even starts.
Have you ever taken yourself out of a race before it started?
Numerous times. Matter of fact, one of the last races I ran before I, quote unquote, retired from sim racing, we were pacing, and my foot fell asleep, and I drove through the car in front of me on the pace lap and totally destroyed my race car. So, it's things that happen. You can't foresee them happening, but it does happen. And you look like a fool in that instance, but you got to move on and realize things like that are going to happen.
For sure. And I mean,
what about you, Joe? Any stories from your illustrious career?
I mean, a couple weeks ago in the fast race at Road America during opening practice, that was a playoff race too, and we were in the playoffs with our 2 team, and our wheel exploded.
Oh.
It just all the lights flickered on and off, and it was honestly pretty terrifying.
Did it go off like the 4th of July?
Oh, it did. You and I were fireworks.
Wow.
It was a little scary for all of us at Team Twansky, the NutriChomps #2 machine, but nonetheless, we're here, JTN live for tonight's Bandit Racing League race from Daytona, the Southern 250. It's going to be a fun one, folks. So glad you're joining in. I see a lot of people already tuning in for the start of this one. That's great to see. Make sure you're sticking around throughout. Continuing to play with a lot of the stream settings and trying to make stuff look a little bit prettier as we've upgraded equipment over the last few weeks and still getting stuff to where it needs to be with that. But we feel like we're bringing you the greatest product that you can get here with NR 2003. And if you want to check out the Bandit Racing League, go to the link in the description below to sign up on their SMS page. Again, a great league. They're very welcoming. They want to get more and more drivers, and they've got a great field tonight, Gordo, and it's
Yep.
Oh boy.
And no limits on car files either. So you can have as many cars as you want in this league, which is it's a fantastic feature.
Well, yeah, maybe you don't like the colors.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't like maybe you want to add some wind stickers to your car.
Or maybe, these guys get lucky and they pick up a sponsor along the way. You got to stay up to date. You got to stay current with your product. And thankfully, the fine folks at the Bandit Racing League,
they understand that.
They understand that.
It's hard to get sponsorship this day and age.
Yes. They understand that this is NASCAR's become big business.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, what was your favorite sponsor in your illustrious career?
Oh man, I've had so many. I think Boudreaux's Butt Paste probably my favorite. Mm-hmm. I was an avid user of that product. I loved it. It was great. Really helped with the sores and the warts I would get on my butt. I'm getting a word from our producer Bristol. I'm not allowed to talk about this on air.
Oh.
Yeah, he whooped at me.
He's laying down right now. I think you might have made him pass out.
Oh well, hey, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm boring your producer to death with my content.
Oh, big contact.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
That'll wake up Bristol.
Oh no, get the cameras.
Oh
57 Heinz car over on his roof.
What a way to lead into the greatest race in Bandit Racing League history. We are getting ready to go green, Joe. Are you excited?
Oh, I'm so excited. It's going to be a fun one tonight, folks. So happy you're joining us here right on JTN Live. Make sure you're liking our Facebook page, giving us a sub here on YouTube. We just eclipsed 200 subs. We're on the route to 300. I said we were on the road to 200 for so long, but now we're on the road to 300, Gordo, and
That's awesome.
it feels so good. We've come a long way since.
Can I just a guilty confession? I don't think I've subscribed to JTN yet.
Well, you know, I'm not giving away $700,000 islands, so it's okay.
Well, I will make sure first thing I do after this race, I'm subscribing to JTN if I'm not already, because you cannot get better quality content in the NRT community than what you get right here at JTN.
I mean, the man said it. I don't think I gotta say it. So hit the like button, hit subscribe, boost those likes, boost the subs. We love to see it.
Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button.
Hit it.
Do it. Sorry. I'm sorry.
We're having fun tonight. We're having fun. It's a Sunday night. You know, the Cup cars just finished here at Daytona. The NASCAR Cup Series cars just finished here on the road course.
What was up with that? They were making left and right hand turns, Joe. That was weird.
That's not what they do at Daytona.
That was wild. They don't do that at Daytona.
I'm hoping these guys tonight don't make any right hand turns. I hope they don't go through that bus stop here on the back straightaway.
I mean, it would be a interesting strategy call to take the bus stop. I don't know what you would gain from it, but you know, hey, somebody might do it, and it may play out in their favor. You never know.
I mean,
That's why we race these races, Joe.
Well, maybe you see this as an older Daytona, so all that back stretch is pretty much it's all grass. Maybe you're a guy.
Actually,
you go down there because you don't want to tear the splitter off the front of the car.
It's possible, and shout out to the grounds crew to put all that grass in there so quick after the cup race earlier.
I know.
They did an amazing job. I think it's.
I think they even made the pavement look older.
Yeah, it's crazy. They put up an aging compound over top of instead of the traction compound they put an aging compound down the track. Kind of took some jackhammers and put some cracks in the pavement. Just the normal, usual things you do at a racetrack.
Right. And again, you see the pace car makes the turn down pit road. This is not your green flag. We're going to take a lap here, get the lineup set based off of the dual races from this week. So it's going to be Dante Ricci. How do you... Ricci?
It's Dante Ricci.
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 Ricci?
No, wait, Ricci. I'm sorry. It is Ricci. Sorry,
Dante Ricci.
I'm sorry.
And Andrew Lemke on the front row by virtue of their races in the duels. So there you see the Hooters car pulling up there. Take that inside position, and the 70 car of Lemke on the outside here. It's going to be a fun one. Dunn LaPrade is going to line up third. Brendan McDowell fourth. Dylan Connolly fifth. Sixth will be Joshua 2. Seventh, Mike Wiley. Eighth, Jake Emerson. Ninth, Jonathan Feld. And Ryan Lusk rounding out your top 10.
A lot of interesting names here at the Bandit Racing League. A lot of very hard to pronounce names in this league.
Well, I brought you back because I knew I wanted to give you a challenge, Gordo. You said don't bring me back unless you can give me a challenge, and I got
not a
you the
spelling
challenge.
bee.
Well, you don't have to spell.
All right, good.
I
appreciate it.
What if they had a pronunciation bee?
Oh, I'd rule at it. I'd
Would
be the
ya?
best. I'd be the pronunciation king.
King? Can you say that?
King.
Can you say that in 2020?
Yes. I mean, it is pretty gender specific. I apologize.
Ruler?
Yeah. Gender neutral leader.
Again, so happy you're joining us here. This is JTN. I'm Joe Towansky. Alex Gordo
Hi.
Here
That's
with
one.
me. I said Alex Gordon. It's okay if I say
okay, if you had the last name in there, it's fine. That's good.
Right.
Okay, all right.
Right. I gotta make sure they know who you are, Gordo. I gotta make sure they know that, because. Anyways, we're coming off turn 4 here. We're gonna get ready to go racing.
All right, we're heading to green. Are you excited? I want to.
I'm so excited, man.
Let's get this thing going.
We just covered 20 minutes of pre-race. Oh,
Yep.
I'm so excited. Pace car is already off the field a lap ago. We're set to go. Dante Ricci and Andrew Lemke on the front row. They head into the restart zone.
And
And
we are green.
Oh, man.
I think. All right, yeah,
So,
agreed. There we go.
big junk, or almost junk there. A lot of guys all over the back bumper. Lemke gets down to the inside line here. That inside. Oh!
Already wrecking.
Ryan
Already
Lusk around.
wrecking. And this is what I talked about. The proverbial take yourself out of the race in one lap move. It happened. Man, what a shame. But it looks like these cars were not badly hurt, so their night should be able to continue.
Well, they are going to race back to the line here. So yellow flag is out. LaPrade looking for second here down into turns 3 and 4. You want to try to get this positioning here because restarts in the Bandit Racing League, they're going to be single file. So a position, it's almost like it's worth 2 spots. Here's LaPrade still trying to get to the lead here, but I think Riki's going to get it.
Yeah, I think the 88 or 82 is going to hold on to it here. And the 70 will hold on. Oh, almost a wreck accident.
Settle down, boys. Settle down.
Oh, my gosh. These guys are racing for
and
keeps.
Ryan Lusk, more issues here.
Oh, the 83, yes. Looks like
I think
he's
he just
retired.
retired.
Oh, my.
Get you a replay.
Yeah, damage on that car must have been way worse than we thought because it did not look like there was much damage from the initial contact.
Here you see it. Looks like the 5 car just hits the back of the 83 at the wrong angle. 57 comes in, gets the 5. That's going to be a tough break for all these drivers. Again, lap 1, you don't expect to see something like that so early on in this race.
No, you don't. But again, that's where the patience factor is key. You have to make sure that you set yourself up for the long-term success of the race.
Bless you. We'll go on.
I apologize.
It's okay. We'll go on to our Heinz onboard with the 57 car. There you see, just gets into that wreck. Roof flaps luckily deploy so he doesn't go up and over, but someone that wasn't as lucky is that 5 National Guard car.
Yeah, it looked like he took some hard contact there in that wreck. So hopefully the crew can slap some tape on there, maybe knocking some fenders and get him back out there.
All right, you pitting here?
I wouldn't yet. I think it's still too early in the run.
Yeah.
It looks like not really anybody's pitting. Yeah, I mean they only the back part of the field is. I mean I guess you figure you come in now, you top off. That's a couple extra laps of fuel that you gain. Maybe plays into a factor later on, but not sure what realistically how much you're gaining here by pitting this early. Obviously, the cars that were involved in that accident, they need to pit, but otherwise.
It looks like the pace car lights are going to be off here. Don't see them flashing anymore. So we'll be going back green flag racing this time. Resetting here. Dante Ricci, Andrew Lemke, your front 2 as they were at the initial start. And it's going to be the 95 of Connolly lining up 3rd with LaPrade 4th. And then the 66, oh boy, 66 of?
It would be McDowell, Brendan McDowell.
Brendan McDowell in the 66 machine lining up, rounding out your top 5 here with Mike Wiley lining up 6th.
He is very wily, yes.
He is. It's in his name.
Yes.
I'm so used to you being in that 66 car.
It does happen a lot.
It's kind of, I mean, it's not sad because I'm really happy you're up here in the booth, but we're working lap 4 right now under caution, and
well, the next best thing I guess would be if the 66 wins the race. Then it would just it would feel right.
Everything would be right in the world.
Yep, I think so. I think this whole COVID thing would magically disappear. I think that would happen.
Yeah.
That's only if the 66 wins. Anybody else wins, sorry guys, we're out of luck.
A couple more months.
Yep. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Pace car should make the hard right-hand turn down the road. Left. There he goes.
Yeah, there he goes. If the pace car makes a hard right, we're in trouble. All right,
there goes the Dale.
Here. Yeah, jeez.
Ricky gets him into the restart zone. They hit the gas. Green flag's back out here at Daytona.
Hopefully they make it past turn 1 this time.
To turn 1.
The true.
Oh!
5 car sideways in the back. Does he save it? He does.
We'll Stay green.
Going.
Good job, boys. Already single file. These single file restarts all night, they're going to be kind of interesting because as you see Lemke going to the inside trying to make a pass for the lead.
Yep.
You got
you couldn't have said that any sooner because as soon as you said single file, here they go.
Hey man, I want them to race. We want to put on a great show for these fans
Absolutely.
at JTN. We want anyone that's looking for a league to run in Sunday nights, the Bandit Racing League Cup Series here at Daytona next week. I'm not sure where they are, but they're kind of, with all the COVID stuff right now, they're kind of working through the schedule as they go.
Yep.
But Lemke leads that lap, gets the bonus points for doing so.
Tell you what, the inside line's got a good push going. You got more cars lined up on the outside, but the inside line looks like they're a little more in order right now. The outside line seems to be fishtailing a little bit.
Well, and something I like to do, Gordo, if I'm in that inside line, I try to kind of fight my way up to the middle groove because I can keep more momentum going there, and it kind of it helps kind of bog down that outside line, especially if I'm the leader. I want to make sure those cars behind me, like you're watching Lemke, he's doing a good job. He's not giving more than half a car length, maybe 3/4 of a car length below him for Connolly to look as he keeps looking there in his 95 machine.
Right.
He's doing a good job, though, of kind of leading that line and making sure, manipulating the air to his advantage.
Sure, absolutely, and that's what you have to do here. I mean, granted, if the 70, gets drop kicked to the back right now, oh well, big deal. You still have another 93 laps to climb your way back up. These guys are just trying to feel out their stuff, see what they have, see what the draft's doing, see what their cars are able to do, what runs they're able to get. So right now it's a feeling out process. That's why. It's very cool to see these guys running 2x2 all the way through the field right now. As it looks like the 82 is going to poke his nose ahead. He'll lead both lines now.
Well, on that outside line, just as soon as we talked about they had more cars up there, they got that 82 out front, but then guys went to the bottom to support Lemke. So is that also maybe some of the guys towards the back wanting to stay at the back, so they're going to push the line that might be lagging a little too much?
It's potentially what they're doing. I mean, you don't want to lose track of the draft pack, or else you're just going to be riding around hoping for a caution. So yeah, I think right now, you're just doing whatever you can do to make this race comfortable for you. Feel out the car, fill some laps, and then just make sure you're there at the end.
We see the bottom line starting to break up. Mike Wiley's he's lost contact with that 95 car.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if the 98 maybe is just backing off a little bit, or if he just can't keep up with the cars in front of him, because he really has lost all of his ground to the back end of the 95 and the 70.
Yeah.
Yeah, the outside line's starting to pick up a lot of steam as they've got looks like about just over a half dozen cars in that group.
Well, when you race at maybe Talladega's a lot different, so let's keep it to just Daytona. But when you're racing at Daytona, with it being such a narrow track, three guys going to the bottom.
Yeah, as we say that, they just drop kicked Dante.
Well, when you're racing at Daytona, do you like being in that inside line, or do you like having that wall next to you to your passenger side?
Me personally, I like running the outside. Daytona, while it is a super speedway, it's still very demanding on your car, especially with this rough track surface. So you want to make sure that your handling's there, and the best way to keep your handling there is keep the good on your tires. So if you run the outside, you're not burning your tires as much, and you're able to pull that momentum if your draft line, gets ahead of steam. I think the inside line, there's just too much that can go wrong on the inside line. You figure you're pinned down the bottom, you could bounce off the apron, somebody squeezes you up top. I mean, there's a lot that could go wrong, whereas on the outside line, you can kind of, that was almost
That was scary,
there.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, and they're still stacking up. Like the 82 got in the back of the one there, and that could have gotten ugly as the 95 makes a bonsai move to the outside line.
Well,
What about you, Joe? I mean, are you kind of the same boat, or are you a bottom feeder?
Well, I'm the guy that likes to just, I go wherever it's fast, Gordo.
Yeah, okay,
I just,
fair enough.
But a lot of times at these super speedways, I'm the guy that's hanging at the back. We see Mike Wiley starting to lose a little bit of contact with this pack. I'm the guy that's kind of in that boat, I like to be towards the back of things. It also kind of depends on what situation I'm in.
Mhm.
If it's a season opening race, definitely staying towards the back like we are tonight. Season opener for the Bandit Racing League.
Right.
The Tim Hortons Cup Series. But if it's maybe somewhere where, you know, we're coming down to a cut line for a playoff format, or it's an elimination race in a playoff, or even if, you know, maybe I'm not where I want to be in points. We're seeing Emerson, I believe,
Yeah, I
in
was
that
saying the
84.
84 just bounced off the wall coming off turn 4 there.
Rough hit for him. We'll continue to watch as the battle for the lead's heating up. I like to hang back. I also think, you know, we talked about there's gonna be a lot of pit stops tonight, Gordo, and
Yeah. Yep.
if I can hang towards the back, I can save just maybe a lap or so of gas, and that's gonna get me one lap further, so I don't have to pit with as many guys.
Right. And it also, when you're riding back there, it honestly makes getting on pit road a lot easier because you figure there's nobody hounding you down from behind that can run you over if they don't realize you're pitting, and it makes it easier for you to make the call on when to pit. You figure if you're riding back there, you can kind of assess the situation, see how many cars are pitting, and make your decision in enough time to actually slow down for pit road speed. So there's a lot of advantages to being conservative and cautious on the super speedways, that's for sure.
And these guys, they're doing a great job too. I think, you know, a lot of times you hear about people talking about, oh, I don't want to race side by side, especially early on in a race. These guys are doing a good job racing side by side early in a race, but giving each other room. Yep. But as I said, that Lemke just threw a block that I don't know if I'd be throwing it this early. It's a 57.
Oh, 57 Squirrely. He's going around.
Oh, he goes off of James Moore's nose. Yep. That's going to be a yellow here, and big damage to the back end of that Heinz machine.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I look at the 57 was trying to change lanes, and maybe the hole he was trying to fill closed up. 19's going to pull low. He'll try to go for the lead here at the end, at the caution here. But it looks like the 70 of Lemke will hold on to the lead.
Let's get you a replay.
Yeah, I saw that starting mid-pack. It looked like the 57 just kind of lost control of his car, and he was just along for the ride at that point. There gets to a point where these cars just start getting fishtailing, and the weight transfer just gets to be too much. As I tell you what, going back and watching the replay there, the 03 did an amazing job to not make contact with him.
Yeah. I mean, you hate to see it. That 57 involved in the first wreck kind of, I don't want to say he piled into it, but got into it at the end.
Yeah.
And get one more look at it here. He just really just fishtailing it.
Yep.
And it's just, that sucks for that race team, especially being so early in the race.
Fishtailed and ended up busting his ketchup bottle over the backstretch. I mean, that's unfortunate. These guys are gonna have to clean up quite the mess on the backstretch.
Well, you know. Ketchup bottle or oil?
Both.
Both?
Both.
Well, you know. They're trying. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you're hitting that like button. You're subscribing here if you haven't already. To JTN, JoeTowNetwork. I'm Joe Twansky. Gordo back in the booth tonight after a long hiatus from doing so, and we're so happy to have him back up here. It's been a fun night so far. We're only working lap 15 of or 14 of 101.
Yep.
Race was slightly delayed due to some technical issues, but we're happy that those have left the speedway as the 57 comes wailing down pit road.
That was an interesting call there. I'm not sure if the Bandit Racing League officials are going to be too happy with that. Oh, he hits the official at the end of, I see. That's manslaughter.
He killed him.
He killed him. That's manslaughter. He should not be allowed to race anymore.
You said he busted open his ketchup bottle.
Yeah.
But he just busted open a different type of red fluid.
You know what? If I'm the Bandit Racing League, I am permanently suspending this 57 car for vehicular manslaughter.
Well, you know.
I think that's a bannable offense.
You think?
I think.
Well.
Not sure what the 57's doing. Maybe he dropped his contact somewhere down there, 1 and 2. I don't.
Yeah.
Not sure what he's doing, but maybe he'll get figured out.
Now he's letting them all back by because he sped on pit road, so he's gonna have an EOLL for that.
Bad, he killed a man on pit road.
Well,
I think the speeding is the least of our concerns right now. That poor official had a family.
Ryan Fakes writes in that's probably a black flag for speeding. I think so, Ryan. I think so.
Quality chime in. The lights are out on the pace car, so we should be going back to green here.
These lights, it's kind of hard to see the lights here at this track with the daylight, but it's going to be Lemke, LaPrade, and the 66 of McDowell, your top
Yes.
three, with Connolly and Reese. I'm going to say his name wrong all night. Reese?
Ricky.
Riki.
Yeah,
Like Ricky Collette,
Yeah,
who was up in the booth last night for the United States Online Racing League at Dover, Gordo.
Just like it. Just like it.
This pace car should be making the hard left turn down
there
pit
you
road
go.
here. Hopefully Brett Bodine's back behind the wheel here as the pace car does so. We're going to be going back green flag racing. Drivers single file restarts here at Bandit. They wait. Lemke hits the gas. We're back green flag racing. I don't think I've ever seen something like that.
Well, they're scattered out big time in the back here. They were. Oh, the 82.
Big trouble for the 82 here.
Did he lose a gear?
I don't know.
That looks like transmission problems potentially. Yeah,
Oh.
blown third and fourth gear is the report I'm hearing.
Oh no.
I don't think you can meet minimum speed at that rate.
I ran a race one time without fourth gear at Las Vegas in a fast dash series race, but I don't think I've ever run without third and fourth.
I hate to say it's impressive, but it's impressive to rip both third and fourth out of the gearbox at the same time. That's interesting. But anyways, back to the action on track. The 19 of Dunlap-Rad has pulled out to the lead. He's followed by the 70 of Lemke and the 66 of McDowell. As now the 95 finds himself in fourth. He's going to try to push this four-car tandem ahead of this 3 or 4 car tandem behind him here.
Well, you got to keep pushing here. You know, you want to try to break away. Shane Sides, who was over on his side and on his roof in that first incident. That 5 car starting to close in on Connolly here. Big run down the back straightaway. He gets there.
That National Guard team did a great job getting that car patched up after that first caution.
Well, he got a big suck down the back straightaway to get up there. Now he pushes the 95. Assuming those two working together here, they're Chevy teammates if they're not just normal teammates here.
Hey, what that 95 is looking awful racy right now. He wants to make some moves, and we appreciate it here at JTN. We like to see some exciting action on the racetrack.
Well, you got to see exciting action on the track, and that's what we bring you here at JTN. So make sure you're hitting that like button, hit subscribe, smash those buttons harder than the 57. The 57 smashed the wall, backing into it in turn 3, breaking open that ketchup bottle. And
I heard we're actually President Donald Trump's favorite NR 2003 broadcasting.
Oh, really?
Channel. Yeah, that's what I heard. Oh, I'm sorry. 66 got a little squirrely on the inside there. It's that guy Harry.
Ha! I see what you did there.
Yeah, you're welcome. As the 70 will get the draft past the 19, he takes over the lead. He'll pull Conley along the second here. Tell you what, we've seen a lot of great action so far. I mean, minus the couple incidents, these guys have been extremely racy. They're not afraid to stick their nose in and make some moves. It's been a very entertaining race so far.
Well, I'll say, and if you want to join in on the action, you can check out the Bandit Racing League's SMS page in the link in the description below to sign up. Currently racing the Sunday Night Cup Series, and it's been a lot of fun as the 1 car making a move to the inside for the lead.
Yep, that was a bold move there.
Pine Sol, baby, Pine Sol.
Yep. Pine Sol power to the front. Looks like the 84 might have gotten in the wall again back there through the trial. We're not sure. He keeps on going.
If you can just make that car a little more narrow, it's less drag off the nose, isn't it?
Yeah, that'd be ideal. I mean, it's I guess it's one way to look at it.
Well, bright side here at JTN.
It's all rainbows and butterflies here at JTN.
What do you mean by that?
Back to the race, Joe. that inside line's getting lined up. Looks like they got about 5 or 6 cars, whereas the outside just doesn't have the manpower right now.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that these guys they're starting to settle in. They're getting into a groove here. We saw those early 2 cautions. That one on lap 2, which was lap 1, and then you know, we're playing it by ear right now. But this Pine Sol car of I'm checking my notes. Pine Sol car.
That'd be William Wilson.
William Wilson in the Pine Sol car. He's doing that green and yellow machine proud, pacing the field here.
Yep. Yeah, he's looked pretty sporty. He started towards the back of the field, but I've watched him. He's made some very good moves throughout the field, and now he's leading it. So hopefully, he can hold on to the lead here. A lot of hungry cars behind him, though.
When we keep seeing the 66 of McDowell, he's poking his nose to the right, Gordo, and if he's poking his nose, that means he's looking to try to at least get a run to make a move on second place Dunlop Brad.
Well, yeah, I mean, you figure these guys, like I said, they've not been afraid to make moves and pull out and make passes. But the other thing too is, he may or may not be trying to set him up as we say that. The one gets drop kicked to the outside.
Bye bye.
Looks like he's about to get freight trained. Yep.
All the drivers waving out the passenger window saying bye bye as the one car.
It's the loneliest feeling on earth.
Is it though?
It's up there.
Dodge train to the outside.
My gosh, that was one heck of a block by Dunlop Brad right there.
Well, in another interesting rule, it's block at your own risk. A lot of leagues, they frown on blocking until about 10 to go once the payout window opens. But here at Bandit, hey, if you want to throw a block, go for it.
Yep, that's, the Tim Hortons Cup Series here at Bandit Racing League, they, like I said, they allow people to race how they want to race. Now, obviously, they don't want you to come in here and
be an idiot,
act like a fool and wreck everybody. But if you want to be aggressive, be aggressive. This is the league to do it in. This is the league to take those chances. So, and we're fully behind it because it makes it exciting for us here in the booth.
Well, it's a lot of fun so far. The early cautions, but now we're starting to settle down. These guys, they took your advice from earlier in the broadcast, running up against the wall. What does that do? These cars, they're gonna keep this momentum up, right? It's gonna make it harder to pass as the tires start to wear out.
Harder to pass because it keeps the momentum up, and exactly tire wear. Now, granted, I don't know what the build is on the track and what kind of tire Goodyear gave them this week, but historically the rough surface at Daytona is very abrasive on the tires, and for a super speedway, that's not a common thing. So you want to do what you can to preserve the wear in the tires for longer in the run.
So we watched Andrew Lemke look to try to make a move on Shane's sides here for the 5th position during pre-race team meetings and driver meetings and all the stuff that goes into getting ready for a league race. The 5 and the 70 were, don't know if it was playful, but they're arguing over some previous incidents. So a little bit of history between these two drivers.
Yeah, I'm a fan of some good beef, Joe. I like me some beef. So interesting to see if that spills out on the track here. Hopefully, if it does, it's between those two and doesn't involve anybody else. But I like me a good beef.
A good beef.
Mhm.
What about a roast beef?
Oh, I could go for some roast beef right now. That sounds delicious. You ever had beef with another driver, Joe? You don't have to name names, but
yeah,
okay.
It wasn't necessarily something on track. I've had beef with drivers over maybe some off-track antics that they like to pull in the past. That
Gotcha.
And it kind of it was with a team owner, teammate at the time, and was not a good situation for me. And it ended up making me go back to racing for my own team, and then we got a deal with Randall and DeMario Chambers Racing to enter into the Rev development program for a couple years, and then got up to Rev, and then got booted from Rev, and now we're running our Team Twansky Ford team at Fast, the flagship Ford team, I may add.
Yep.
And I don't know. I think beef is good though, because it can get you to a place where you're doing things like that. You're going out on your own, and you're you're really becoming your own person and
Yep.
doing your own thing. What about you, Gordo? You've
Oh,
had
I've had plenty of beef.
You got any good ones?
I won't mention names, but there was one driver that I had beef with so bad that I almost quit said league and started my own league because the admins decided that they were more pro this driver than me. Again, not naming names, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, in the heat of battle, emotions run over sometimes, and you do things and you say some things you don't probably normally say, and you just got to move on from it. Like you said, sometimes it works out for the best. As Five looked like he just got in the wall there a little bit.
Yeah, nothing
the
much.
one car is in the wall there.
Well, he's gonna need some pine sol to get those scratch marks to go away.
Quality product placement.
Pine sol is a great product, but
it is.
Go on.
Yeah, but
don't put it on your beef though. Don't eat it.
No, definitely no. Pine sol does not go well with beef. Kids, don't try that at home.
Please don't. I am being yelled at.
Don't eat Tide Pods and don't eat. Yeah.
Don't drink pine sol.
Sorry?
I was gonna say Bristol's. He's yelling to keep it going, but beef. You just.
Yeah.
League and just it happens sometimes. Emotions run high in these fake sim races, and it makes you wonder. I think a lot of times it's not necessarily something that happens on the track, but it's what happens off the track. You know what I mean?
Yep. I couldn't agree more.
Looks like the 57 machine was down on pit road.
Yep, and the 8 car is on pit road right now. It's Cody Luke in the 8. Not sure if this is a scheduled pit stop or if he has an issue.
Well, and two guys that have fallen off the field, and we didn't mention them, the 85 and the 03 cars, they're struggling right now.
Well, I think they may be playing the strategy of just trying to stay away from calamity. I mean, like you said, we did have those 2 quick cautions right away. So they're probably banking on another caution, especially with how racy everything's been so far.
We go back to this lead pack. Gordo, I know you said you liked running the wall, but it just gives me heebie-jeebies to be running the wall, especially with these guys with how close they've raced and really how aggressive they've been all night. It's the 66 packing air all over the back bumper of the 19.
Yeah, these guys have basically rode each other's bumpers the entire night. So I'm with you there. If I were these guys, I'd space it out a little bit. But we're up here in the booth and they're on the track, and it's making a good. Excuse me, we're making a good show for the fans.
Well, it's been you're well excused, Gordo, because these last few nights for JTN, we were up until the morning. We almost saw the morning light with the USORL race last night. We're getting right. We had to fly all the way down from Dover to Daytona. It was a bunch of big moments through 3 and 4. And,
I was gonna say that 70 just pulled a slide job of epic proportions right there.
Being Andrew Lemke and the Bison, can't really tell, Bison and / Wounded Warrior Project machine. But yeah,
I'll tell you what, these guys are getting. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Joe, but these guys are getting absolutely dicey up here at the front.
We're coming up on pit stops too, so that's going to be interesting to see if these guys are going to start getting in positions where they want to be for green flag pit stops. We saw in practice that was a trouble spot for a lot of guys. It was hard to get woed up down there. 66 all over the back bumper of the 19. As 19 is now going to go low and try to block the 95.
Yeah, I'll say the 95 of Connolly got an epic run through the middle of turn 3 right there. He daggone almost passed half the field right there in one corner.
Looks high to try to get to the lead. 66 is still there, though, at that point, so the 19 also goes up to block a little bit.
Yep.
This 19 car of LaPrade, he's been doing a good job of kind of working the 2 lines, working all the guys around him. And, I mean, he's thrown some blocks that maybe I wouldn't throw, but he's done
he's done a very good job of handling the lead. You are correct.
You're telling me that the guy named Dunn has done a good job so far?
Oh, Joe, stick to the broadcasting.
My comedy career ain't going anywhere.
The comedy career ain't going anywhere. I'll tell you somebody that is going somewhere is a 95 of Dylan Connolly. He makes a bold move to the inside. He's going to get the push from the 59 car.
That Procore machine
jumps out to the front.
That Procore machine is hooked up.
Yep.
Here, and these Chevy noses, they're based off of the 2019 models, so they still got that kind of point to the front of them that it can make bump drafting a little difficult, but Gordo, it slices through the air so good.
Yeah, it's the Chevys. Once they got it right with those Chevys, I tell you, they're very sleek and they're very fast. And you just see with that point how it cuts through the air and affects the draft for these cars behind them. I tell you, there's a name we haven't said too much so far. Mike Wiley, he's sitting up in third. Remember earlier, he dropped off of the lead pack before one of those cautions. So nice to see him up there mixing it with the leaders now.
Well, and he's part of the admin staff here at the Bandit Racing League, and they're putting on a great show. Another guy felled in that 59 car. I'm saying his name wrong. I'm sure I am, but running there in second. These admins do a great job. Ryan Lusk with that early trouble on lap 1 or lap 2.
Yep. Lap technically 2, but it was lap 1 of the race.
Had that trouble there and knocking him out of the race. I'm assuming into an admin role for the rest of it to kind of oversee everything. But Wiley and Jonathan in that 59 and Wiley in the 98, they're doing a great job here, running up towards the front.
Yeah, and we can't say enough. We can't say enough how thankful we are that the Bandit Racing League has asked us to do this race tonight. If you guys are looking to join a fun, competitive league, the Bandit Racing League is your place to join. They run their Tim Hortons Cup Series on Sunday nights. I believe they have another series as well. I can't remember off the top of my head, but definitely a good league to go to if you're just starting out.
Have you ever been to Tim Hortons, Gordo?
I have not.
You know someone who I see just joining chat that I know has been to a Timmy's?
Who would that be?
That would be known Canadian racer Brandon Hawkin saying Tim Hortons baby.
Okay. Well, yes, I do know Tim Hortons is a staple in Canada.
Timmy's is so good, man.
I have not been up north. Tim Hortons is not a thing where I am located.
Well,
so I do apologize to the premier sponsor of this series. I will try your product eventually.
It's a great staple here in Michigan. We got them all over the place because, as we've been affectionately called by certain drivers that have the JTN logos adorning their car in the Fast Cup Series, we're Southern Canada. So, of course, we have Timmy's up here, and it beats that silly donut place from Boston. So, Brandon, one of the guys that's in the Final Four for the Fast Cup Series, Under Armour Cup Series race Wednesday night. You can check that out right here on JTN. Coverage starting at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time.
Let me tell you something. You talk about Brandon Hawkin, one of the best sim racers I've ever raced with, and couldn't be a nicer gentleman. He definitely fits the mold of a true Canadian.
Well, it definitely does that, and we're gonna be. Well, I'm not gonna be rooting for him because I got 2 cars racing against him in the championship. But I'm sure
you can secretly root for him. It's okay.
How can I root for a guy? As we're watching these guys get single file out, Lemke's stuck on the outside by himself here. So look, Wiley down onto the apron. I don't know.
He was taking the bus stop, man. He was gonna run a road course.
He's thinking, and also another thing to mention, there is a halfway bonus points here up for stakes. So, but the way these pit stops are gonna line up, you're gonna come down pit road before halfway, and then it's gonna be about making sure you get off pit road better than everyone else.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how these green flag pit stops pan out. You figure they're all running right on top of each other. If one guy decides to brake and the guy behind him decides that he's not going to brake, this could be big very quick.
We see Joseph Weaver tuning in, saying he's got JTN, and he's that guy that I was talking about, has the JTN logos. He's tuning in here. Tommy Bordeaux tuning in. Randall Coleman tuning in. Everyone's tuning in, Gordo, as well.
Wow. I'll tell you what, the ones that just tuned in, they just saw a very scary scene on the backstretch as the 66 darn near just wiped out half the field.
Well, I'm thinking we're coming to pit stops. Everyone running this bottom lane. They're coming quick here because we pit around lap 16, 17. It's about 20 laps now.
Yep.
If I'm one of these guys, I'm talking to people. I'm trying to make sure I'm pitting by myself or I'm pitting with as few cars as I can.
Yeah. You definitely don't want to see this whole pack try to come on pit road at the same time because there will be calamity. But these guys right now, they're just trying to get what they can get. They're out here running their pro laps, and I'm interested to see how they sort this out once it comes time to get on pit road.
Well, they're pros out here in the Bandit Racing League, and Coming up on these green flag pit stops, it's going to be interesting to see how that sorts itself out. You got to take tires too, right, with the way this track surface is worn out?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know about 4. I would probably take 2 just to make sure, you know, you get off pit road as quick as possible. But you definitely need to get some more tread on those tires.
They're all passing pit road again. I'm getting really anxious here sitting in my seat up here. I'm standing. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm standing up here in the
I was
broadcast.
gonna say, the last time they pitted was the last caution. That was about 20 laps ago, so they got to be right on the edge of their fuel window.
If you're Connolly in the 95, you're a guy that's been out here now in front of everybody. Are you worried about gas?
Not necessarily. I mean, you know, he's been holding that low line, so you know he's definitely trying to cut the fuel use as much as he can. Now, granted, he's not getting the same mileage, you know, that everybody else behind him is with the draft, but at the same time, he's also being smart, running the inside lane, taking the shortest way around.
It's a 55
car,
no, or 5.
Oh, no.
Well, see, I said
Somebody,
55 car was coming to pit road, but it's the 5 car. You're
It's the
right.
5.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Okay,
You're the pro. You're the pro.
I don't.
Serpentine.
I'm not sure what they're doing right now.
They're having
1
fun.
and 5 are doing something. I guess they're trying to add some excitement to the single file car run here.
They're having fun. That's the name of the game here at the Bandit Racing League. Oh, 5 car again.
All right.
Something's wrong with the steering on that 5 car. As now we're side by side. I'm assuming this 95 and 59, those two are teammates. If you look at the number
I
phones.
believe so. Yes.
I don't know how you get by with running a Dodge and a Chevy, but
Well, you know.
Looks like they're gonna be. Nope, they're
Nope, not coming to pit road. They're not coming.
Come on.
They're faking you out. I don't know what cue you got that were coming to pit road, but they were wrong.
Andrew Miller also tuning in the chat. Everyone's tuning in right now. Gordo, they're so excited for these pit stops.
This is must-see TV, okay?
Oh boy, pit stops.
Oh boy, pit stops. They are coming soon. Coming to a television near you. Get ready.
As we continue to click off these laps. We had those early yellows, Gordo, and we're starting to click them off now one after another here, and we're side by side right now with pit stops coming up. They got to be coming in these next couple laps.
It's got to be soon. There's no way they can stretch this fuel window much longer. But I tell you, I mean, these guys are getting double file again, and if they're coming pit road, they need to figure out how to get single file. I don't understand this. The 59 jumps to the outside. He's going to take a look for the lead. Looks like he'll have a slight advantage heading off into 1.
Well, you know, you can come down pit road double file. It's plenty wide down there. You just got to hope that guy on the inside is also coming to pit road at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people try to pit from the outside line. I'm not going to name names, but a few weeks ago we saw guys try to pit from the outside line fast. As the 95 looks like he's off the pace there on the apron.
Yeah, he may be coming to pit road now. I feel like that was an intentional move right there.
So keep an eye on him here.
No, he did not. Maybe he just didn't. Maybe he just didn't feel like leading. I don't know. That was a strange one, but he did blend out of the way and blended back in with the field without causing any issues. So
working through it. While we got the quick moment, make sure you check out the JTN Facebook page. Give us a like over there. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like. I think I've said it 1,000 times tonight. Make sure you also check out the JTN merch store where you can get some awesome JTN merch.
Yep.
Support, rep the brand, as the kids say these days. And some great deals on there.
We got one around. The 98, Mike Wiley.
Was that going to bring out a yellow? No caution?
No caution.
Well, shoot, these guys are going to still have... They were probably getting excited that they weren't going to have to make green flag pit stops.
Yeah, it looked like the 95 might have poked his nose on the inside. Oh, they've thrown a caution. Caution is out.
So they hit the line. Pace car comes out onto track. And that's going to be our third yellow of the night for Mike Wiley going around.
Yeah, it looked like the 95 may have poked his nose in there, and the 98 tried to come down a little bit, and the hole was already closed.
You see the replay. Yeah, Wiley gets a big run, checks up, and then comes back down across the nose of the 95, and that's going to send him around here, and it's going to save these guys from making green flag pit stops.
Yes, 98 definitely looked out there. Where he spun. I mean, that could have ended very badly, and luckily he was able to just loop it and not not damage anything too bad. I am getting word that the 8 car of Cody Luke has retired.
Oh,
Um,
tough break for
he
Cody.
I know he was in an incident earlier, so there may have been some mechanical issues with that car. So tough break, and hopefully he'll get him back next. Get him next week.
Well, you know, these guys just got saved from green flag pit stops, Gordo.
They did. I'm a little disappointed because I wanted to see how they were going to get on pit road.
I was getting excited. I was like, oh, they got to pit this time. Oh, they got to pit this time. Tommy Bordeaux writing in, he wants to see the 57 car. There's ketchup everywhere all over the track. The 57 ran over a guy.
He did. We can't show him for legal reasons because that car was
we'll
involved
show
in a murder.
We'll
All right,
show
we'll show him. All right, whatever.
After these pit stops, here you see the cars coming down pit road. If I get the right camera. Professionals here at JTN. Everyone coming down pit road.
Only the finest. Only the finest here at JTN.
Everyone coming down pit road. There you see the official. Yep. He's kind of been taped back together.
He's out there wearing a body cast.
You know.
He's a true professional.
He flips that sign, waves the drivers. Everyone coming down pit road, most likely getting 4 tires as well. Or maybe not. Actually,
yeah, you might as well at this point.
I'm seeing a lot of gas and go, it looks like.
Oh.
I don't see
him. Yeah, there's our oh, it looks like the 1 car got stuck behind the 95.
The 70 might have hit the 84 there coming off pit road. There you see everyone coming off pit road.
Okay, the one good thing was nobody hit the official that time, so we're already...
Progress.
We're making progress. Official lives matter.
Here you see, for Tommy Bordeaux, his favorite number being 57. There's the 57 Heinz machine.
Well, 70 looks like he may have sped on pit road.
Tough break for Lemke in that 70, but, you know, the field has gotten a lot shorter than it was at the start of this race, so...
Yep, and he's shown the speed this evening that you know, makes it seem like he'll be able to find his way back up through the field quite easily.
Yeah, as the pace car lights are off, I believe they're off, right?
Yes, they are off.
And like I said, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell, Gordo.
I'm just going by the track lights at this point, so...
Oh. Good point. So it's going to be Feld, LaPrade, Sides,
yep.
Emerson, and Gilvin, your top 5 here on the restart. I got it. Yeah. I did it. I did it.
Interesting top 5 here. You figure Gilvin's already been involved in a couple incidents. His car is beat up.
Sides was on his roof on lap 2.
Emerson's been in the wall a couple times. And you've got 2 cars that have been up front pretty much the majority of this race. So, be interesting here to see what happens on the restart. Looks like the 84 is laying back a little bit on this restart.
Well, they're allowed to lay back. You just can't get a big jump. So, given extra room here. 59 car, Jonathan Feld, coming into the restart zone, hits the gas. Green flag's back out here at Daytona. I almost said Michigan.
Well, that's not where we are, Joe.
I've done a bunch of broadcasts at Michigan last week at my home, and it's oof. But we're back green flag racing.
Yep, it looks like the 57 car. He pulled over, let the field go by. Like I said, that car is heavily damaged. It doesn't quite have the pace the rest of the field have.
So we got a game crash on my end. So
oh no.
That's not good. Welcome to tonight's broadcast.
I'll keep calling the action.
Well, actually, we're gonna hit real quick. We're gonna stop the broadcast real quick. Get right back with the racing action here at Daytona in just a quick second, guys. All right, back here. We're getting everything loaded, booted back up here for you folks. So sorry about that. It happens. Sometimes
I will fill you in as he's trying to come back. The 19 has taken the lead on track. He's being followed by the 5 of Shane Sides, and the 84 of Emerson's pulled down the inside. He's going to try to lead the bottom lane, but now they all sneak across the backstretch as they head off in the 3.
As we got video footage back here on JTN again, apologize for that. LaPrade, your leader, Sides second, and Emerson and McDowell battling for 3rd.
These guys are showing again that they want to get racy, as they are all over each other and 2 and sometimes even 3 wide across the track here. This is the racing action that everybody loves to see.
Well, it's some great racing action. Currently working lap 49 of 101. Again, that first lap that we used was to get our field set for this race, and so happy you're joining us here on JTN, albeit a little hiccup there. LaPrade, Sides, and Emerson, your top three. That 84 car has been in the wall all night long, and he's rallying back to that third place position.
Yep, strong comeback by the 84 as they come off the corner here. They'll come to lap 49. That means they're working the last lap of this first half heat, and like you said, they get bonus points for leading this. Am I correct?
At halfway, yep. There's bonus points on the line for the leader at halfway, so be interesting to see if this the 5 of Sides gets really aggressive here. But we've seen that 19 not afraid to make a block.
They work through turn 2, head off down the backstretch. The 59 is going to pull to the outside lane. He'll try to pull that line to the front here. The 5 of Shane Sides will pull up. Oh my, big block by the 19. Like you said, Joe, not afraid to pull a block.
I don't think that 5 car just had enough momentum there. He was laying back, and then he just never really got the run. As Emerson now is the inside, sneaking up here after that big block by LaPrade. But LaPrade's going to have the momentum off of turn 4.
Well, let's see who's going to lead it halfway at the line. Looks like the 84 of Emerson will get the bonus points.
Great job by the 84 team to lead here at halfway, and working halfway here. Make sure you're checking out the Bandit Racing League in the link in the description below. Great, a lot of fun so far tonight. As you see the 85 car getting on the apron there. Oh, this action's heating up again now that we got everyone jumbled back up.
Yeah, and there's you talked about the 85 of Jonathan Toes and the 03 of James Moore. Remember, they were hanging out in the back. They wanted nothing to do with this race earlier. Now here they are mixing up in the top 5.
Are screaming off of turn 4. Emerson with that. I love that 84 paint scheme, by the way. I was a big Casey Kane fan back in the day when he was driving that 9 car, and oh, that 84 looks so good out there on track.
It's a beautiful paint scheme, but not as beautiful as the 85 Carl Long tribute scheme running in the inside lane in third. I love that paint scheme. Really brings back some fond memories of a driver that never really got his fair crack at it in NASCAR, but did the best he could with what he had.
Well, sometimes your engine block's just a little too big,
It happens.
Isn't that what happened?
Yep.
Okay.
You're correct.
Look at me. Look at me go.
Look at you being historically accurate.
I'm so good at this job.
95 makes a bold move to the outside. He's going to try to pull that momentum in the outside lane.
Emerson goes up and blocks it.
Yeah, nice block, yeah.
You got to think, too, you can make these blocks where you kind of...
Oh, we got wrecked. Wow, they saved it. I don't know how they saved it. On my screen, the 5 car was dead sideways.
Well, he was already over on his roof, so I don't think he wanted to do it again here.
But what that did, though, is that broke up the field, as now we have 2 distinguished packs. You've got this lead pack, and then you got about a 5 or 6 car pack back here that'll try to catch back up. As you talked about earlier, the 59 of Feld was dominant the first part of this race, and now all of a sudden he's lost the draft pack.
Well, what do you do when that happens? I mean, I've lost the draft, you've lost the draft before, but behind the wheel of that car, you gotta start to kind of rally your own thoughts and just kind of, work with the guys that are still left around you to try to make up some of this time to these leaders.
Yeah, it's a tough situation to be in. Looks like he's lucked out at the tail end of this 1 car, but yeah, if you're left out to dry, I mean, the only option you really have is just to ride it out. Hopefully something happens on track and you catch a caution, you're able to get that track position back. But if it doesn't, you just work with what you got. You hope, pray to God the field doesn't swallow you up, and if they do, you got to make sure that you stay that first car 1 lap down so you can get your lap back.
Well, and if you were to be the first car lap down, that would mean that you're allowed to, you get the lucky dog, you can come down and take tires. But what if you're a guy and maybe, we come to pit stops, we make pit stops, and you're going to be right outside of fuel, you're a lap down, so you take a wave around. Is that something that you're thinking about, or is fuel and making it to the end of the race more important at this point?
At this point, making it to the end of the race, I mean, you definitely, the track position's good, but you don't want to sabotage the finish of your race just for a momentary gain on track. I I mean, with the way they've been racing, I'm sure we probably at least have another 1 or 2 cautions still to come. I hate to say that, but you know, these guys have been very racy, and you know, like we saw earlier, you pull one move and you don't time it right, you're going to end up sideways. So, yeah, I think right now, I think you put yourself in the best position pit strategy wise with the short pit windows, and then you worry about track position once we get inside about 20 to go.
Because then by then you're already good on fuel.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Look at I'm making them connections up in my head.
There you go, Joe. That's why you're the best in the biz.
Oh, best in the biz. We're trying. We're working. We're getting better every week. That's why you want to hit that like button, hit subscribe to see all the progress we've made here at JTN. You can go check out all of our race replays. They're right here on the channel. Your Fast Dash Series races, your TDR Noble races, your Hobo Racing League Michigan race from last week, and we also have the USORL Red Bull Cup Series Saturday nights. And their finale's coming up this week too, Gordo. It's championship week here on JTN almost.
Oh wow, yeah, some exciting racing coming up. I look forward to watching most of it. I think there'll be some great battles in all those races.
Yeah, it's gonna be some great championship battles with the Fast Cup Series, Under Armour Cup Series Wednesday night. You can tune in 8:20 p.m. Eastern time for that race. It's gonna be a fun time with the championship with our friend and colleague Tommy Bordeaux. Is Connolly, I don't think he made a block on Lemke, but Lemke had a huge run there, had to swerve to avoid him. But Wednesday night,
Dunlap Prad jumps it back out to the lead there.
Funny how that 19 car keeps getting out to the lead. It's almost like he's got a really good race car.
It's crazy how that happens sometimes.
It's crazy how good race cars can lead the race. But we've seen everyone kind of. We talked about Feld. You know, he had a really strong. Wiley really loose there, or squirrely.
Yeah.
But we talked about how he kind of lost the draft there, but he's worked his way back up into the middle of this pack.
Yeah, once you get a sniff of the draft, it's very easy to make your moves, and Feld has shown that he's got plenty of speed tonight. So, you know, he's definitely looking like one of the guys that's going to be a factor here at the end of this race.
Yeah, and back to our programming notes. Remember, LaPred. Anytime I try to say something, I try to inform these viewers at home of some upcoming broadcast. Something crazy happens, Gordo.
Those rude drivers doing stuff on the track. I tell you.
How dare they race in the race car race?
I really want to know about the schedule that's coming up. All right.
All right. Can we calm down for a lap here? All right. Let's try it again. So Wednesday night, 8:20 p.m. It's going to be Tommy Bordeaux, our colleague here at JTN, Brandon Hawken, those two PTR drivers in the Final Four, along with Ryan Pace and Mikey Murata. Ryan, another one of our colleagues here at JTN, and Mikey, he's definitely the fan favorite going into Wednesday night's championship. Mikey having such a great season. Glad to see him get into that Final Four. Well deserved.
I heard nobody likes that guy.
You heard that?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard he's one of the worst human beings on earth.
Don't say that. Poor
I'm
guy.
Just kidding.
Poor guy's freaking out.
No,
Mikey.
Is a sweetheart. He's a sweetheart. It's a joke. Mikey, if you were here with me, I'd give you a hug. I didn't mean it.
Oh, Ryan writes, Mikey smells I will never cheer for him. Well, Ryan, you're not, that's your teammate. It's your teammate.
There you go, see?
But sometimes we don't bring up the dirt sheets.
Oh, I love it. I love me a good beef. I love me some good dirt.
Oh, Mikey writes that you suck at golf.
All right, well, look, now you made it personal. I'm gonna have to clap back. But back to the racing action here.
We're single again.
We're single file again. Well, we've always been single, Joe. It's just part of life. But you know, we have our single file action out here. These guys are kind of just waiting it out. You know, it's too early to make that move to try to win the race, but it's never too early to mess everything up. You know, so these guys are just kind of riding in place, seeing what they have for the last 20 laps. I mean, we do still have at least another 2 pit stops, so.
You know, they're trying. Do you think we're going to get green flag pit stops?
I'm hoping.
I really want green flag pit stops.
My fingers are crossed.
They're fun. Make sure you tell us at home if you want to see green flag pit stops here. As Connolly all over the back bumper, LaPrade down the back straightaway.
At 95 is definitely been the most aggressive driver on this racetrack this evening, but it's proven to be a good thing for him as he is up front and battling for the lead right now.
And if you as you battle for this lead too, oh, Gordo, I'm squirming. This isn't what I'm doing right now in this race. I want to try to save as many of my moves.
Right.
Maybe you're working right now. You're working to see what'll work. You're maybe showing a guy that you're gonna go right, but you're really gonna go left at the end of the race when it's time to try to win this thing. But I feel like these guys, they're really they're using up their moves right now, and it's not gonna matter once the end of the race comes and you don't have anything left, and everyone knows what you're gonna do.
As Kenny Rogers once said, you gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Right now, I agree with you, Joe. You have to leave a couple moves in the tank. You can fake a look to the outside, you can fake a look to the inside, but right now, what you need to do is just put yourself in a spot to where when that moment happens, when you have to make that move, you're in prime condition and prime position to try to go for the gold.
Well, and one guy that was known, in the NASCAR that was known for that exactly, Kevin Harvick. There's stories about him, especially at Talladega back in 2009, 2010, when he was still driving for RCR. He would practice during happy hour, during opening practices when they were doing draft practice. He would practice those moves coming to the tri-oval to try to make those passes, and we saw it work for him in 2010 at Talladega, and we also saw him win that 500 in 07. Sorry to all the Mark Martin fans out there, but
yeah, I mean, and there's definitely gamesmanship when it comes to racing super speedways. I mean, everybody can be fast, everybody can make moves left or right depending on where their run takes them, but the true legends at racing these super speedways know how to control the runs. They know how to make the most of whatever momentum that they have, and that's the key. Is when you have momentum, like you saw there with Mike Wiley. Yeah, you want to make a move, but you got to make sure A, you got somebody to go with you, and B, the momentum doesn't stall out right away. And that's the key on these super speedways. The guys that can manage the runs, the guys that can kind of manipulate traffic to do whatever they need to do. Those are the guys that are most successful here at these super speedways.
And I like to think I'm pretty good at super speedways. I know you're excellent at super speedways. Are you also trying to start to see maybe, you're going to work with your teammates, you're going to work with those guys you have good relationships with, but as this race is wound down, we have guys that have fallen out of the race, and, if you might be someone that is relied on, those guys that are already out of this race. Is right now the perfect time to try to see what everyone else might have to help you later on in this race?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're far enough out from the finish of this race to where if you do make a move and get drop kicked to the back, you've got time to work your way back up. Right now, you're trying to build any sort of alliance you can build for the end of this race because you're not going to be able to do it on your own. Allies and friendships are definitely a big part of being successful out here. And so yeah, right now you're just trying to, you're feeling out your car, seeing where you can get your runs, what kind of moves you can possibly make, but then you're also trying to build the trust of the guy behind you or the guy in front of you to know that if you make that move, they're going to go with you. And that's right now is the perfect time to be doing that. I mean, yeah, some of these guys, they may have had teammates that got knocked out. I mean, we are missing about a quarter of our field right now, but I definitely think right now is definitely the feeling out process.
I mean, what are you looking for, in someone to push? Are you just looking for someone that might have a fast car? Maybe you're even looking for someone that doesn't have a fast car, but that you can work with. Because you don't want to at least be working with the fastest car, because if the other guy's got the fastest car, that means he's going to be able to pass you, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, hypothetically, yeah, but what you're looking for right now is you're looking for somebody that you can trust to, if you move, they're going to move with you. And, we've seen guys like Dylan Connolly in the 95. He's been very racy. He's been moving left, moving right, just trying to feel out the people around him. I wouldn't want somebody like him behind me because he's the kind of driver that would probably drop kick you if you try to make a move. As you see him squirrely all over the back end of Dunlop Rad. I would look for somebody that you know would go with you, but wouldn't make a bold move to possibly break your momentum and or leave you hanging. That's what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for a guy like maybe like a Shane Sides that's very very cautious, very conservative on the racetrack. Hasn't made too many bold moves. I'm looking for somebody that's a safe option right now.
And safety is a big thing too. As we're coming up on green flag pit stops, the safest place to make these pit stops is at the back, right, where you don't have anyone behind you. But we've seen all night, we were coming up on green flag pit stops that last run when we got a caution, and these guys, they really haven't had that challenge thrown at them yet. Yeah. And now, I'd rather have that at the start of the race, where if I do make a mistake, I can learn from it, I can rebound from it. But now, 2 pit stops remaining here,
yeah,
and
this is definitely not time to make a mistake on pit road.
How worried are you too about someone else making a mistake and maybe collecting you in it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's got to be in the back of your mind at all times when you're pitting here at Daytona. I mean, you're already having to concern yourself with, as 95 drops on the apron there. That was a little hairy. You're already concerning yourself with trying to get your car woed down from, near speeds near 200 miles an hour all the way down to 55 miles an hour. That's enough of a challenge. But then you also have to factor in that you're now trusting, 5-10 other cars around you to do the same thing and not make contact with you. I have a feeling that we're going to have an issue with guys trying to get on pit road here. I hope not, but I definitely think it's going to play a big factor in how this race finishes.
And you also got to think that another thing that's going to play into the end of this race is going to be just not even just coming to pit road, but then you got to think about the spacing coming off of pit road. These guys, they really, a lot of times when we're running practice, we're running happy hour in these NR leagues, no one really pays attention to the blend line. No one pays attention to that. And what we saw during happy hour, a lot of guys, they were just kind of getting back on track as quick as they could to try to get laps in. So are you also maybe worried that these guys might not know exactly the best way to get off of pit road to not lose any time? The 5-car big moment.
Yeah, 5-car guy had a moment there. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think it's going to be treacherous because, we've seen in the past in real life and in these sim races that transition from the banking off of turn 2 to the backstretch. You hit that at the wrong angle and you're going to get sideways. And if you get sideways, we've seen the night where cars have gotten a little sideways and fishtailed and they haven't been able to save it. So definitely something to keep in mind when these guys are coming off of pit road.
As we continue to work laps, we're clicking them off. Thank you so much for joining us here on JTN. I'm Joe Towanski. Alongside me tonight, making his return to the booth, Mr. Alex Gordo, as he's affectionately called by everyone that loves the dude because he's a great guy. And Gordo, another couple of things that we have to, we haven't mentioned them tonight yet. Our 3 sponsors, TWB.com. You'll hear more about them later on in the broadcast with the 10 to go. You can also check out JoeTow Designs for some awesome racing apparel. Use code JTN2 for 10% off at checkout. That link is in the description below. Also check out Autosim, a new frontier in simulated racing. Autosim 7.0 just came out this last week. It's got a couple fantasy rosters, one of which being for the Fast Racing League, which you can watch their broadcast Wednesday night. Getting all these things tied together here. You can check out the link for Autosim, though, in the description below, autosim.weebly.com, to find out more information. It's been an awesome project that I know you were... I brought you in kind of in the early stages of it to kind of check it out, and we had a lot of fun with it then, and it's only grown so far, and there's Discord for it. There's all this fun stuff for Autosim, and they're doing a great job. My buddy doing a great job with building that game.
Yeah, that's been a lot of fun. I know we've spent countless hours playing that and really just testing things out with it and seeing how it does. And I tell you, it's a lot of fun. It's a very simplistic in design, but it's hours of fun.
Hours, days of fun. And you can also check out some videos if you want to find out more about Autosim on the JoeTow Network right here. where I do some playthroughs with it. Just kind of show you guys what it's like, because it's a fun game. So make sure you're checking that out in the description below. Just clicking those links does a lot for us here, and just shows your support. So really appreciate all that. And we're working lap, what is it, 74 here at Daytona. As the 70 car, big push to the 95 down into turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, these guys are getting a little antsy. I don't know if maybe they're getting tired of running single file. I'm not sure, but yeah, they're getting pretty racy again here.
If you're getting tired of single file, don't push the guy. Try to pass him.
Well, I don't know. Right now, single file is definitely the best way to go. I know it's not fun for the fans. The 19 and the 95 had that close moment. They're going to 1. I know it's not the most fun for the fans, but you know these guys are just trying to get to the finish. So, you know, I definitely agree with the single file. I agree with them. You know, just logging laps.
And Ryan Pace with a beautiful sponsorship plug. If they're getting tired, Gordo, they should drink some Tim Hortons coffee. And I'm sure there's plenty
there you go.
I'm sure a lot of these guys are going to be getting Tim Hortons coffee on this pit stop.
I could use a Tim Hortons coffee right now, that's for sure. I can't stop yawning over here. Not because of the action on track. It's just been a long day, so.
Well, like I said, we had to make the trek all the way from Dover down to Daytona. Then we got to make the trek out to Texas for Wednesday night. Trek back up to Thompson, Connecticut for the modified race in the Hobo Racing League Thursday, and then down to Homestead, back down to Florida next Saturday night. And well,
that's all in the coming week. But right here, right now, we're in beautiful Daytona, Florida.
It's sunny.
It's sunny. It's gorgeous. We're hanging out. Oh, it looks like I'm getting word that these guys are getting ready to pit.
Oh boy.
So.
Oh boy.
Let's see how this all
I'm excited.
unfolds.
I'm so excited. As everyone coming down pit road screaming. 5 car really aggressive coming down to pit road.
Yeah, he is. 59 had to make a bold move to the inside, or else he would have ran over the 95 right there.
Well, you got to be aggressive. I mean, I'm assuming that 5 car, though, he's going to need to take tires because he definitely locked those up coming to pit road.
Yeah, he probably flat spotted a couple of them. As it looks like the 85 of Jonathan Toe and the 03 of James Moore, they stayed out. So they're going to try to get one extra lap of gas here. That may pay dividends here at the end of this race, as it's looking like if this were to end, it looks like they would be about 3 laps short.
Oh, that's not good. As now they're coming to pit road, it looks like.
Okay.
Is it Jonathan or Joshua?
Joshua. I apologize. Joshua.
It's okay.
My apologies. Apologies.
They're the same name. As he was he's very conservative coming onto pit road there. But the 5 car, big lead here. That's not going to bode well for him.
No, you definitely want to maintain the gap coming off pit road. These 3 cars, the 70 of Lemke, the 59 of Feld, and the 19 of LaPrade, they timed their exit off pit road perfectly to make sure they left as a pack.
Well, these pit stops, too, they've put Connolly and the 66 of McDowell. They've fallen off the pack here.
Yep.
And then LaPrade, Feld, and Lemke now catching our leader in the 5 car.
Lemke just blew by him like he wasn't even moving there. That was a great move to the outside. So new leader here, number 70 of Lemke, and I wonder if that damage on the 5 may be slowing him down by himself too.
Would that mean he doesn't want to? Does he not want to make a move here? He's just going to want to ride until the last possible second, right?
Yeah, he's definitely going to want to ride. With that damage is probably hurting the arrows. So when he's in the draft, it probably doesn't hurt him as bad. But if he's leading, he's the proverbial sitting duck.
So we're clicking off laps. We got those green flag pit stops. They weren't as scary as I think we were thinking up here in the booth. As the 59 car making a move to the outside for second.
Yeah, they definitely did a fantastic job getting on and off pit road. I applaud them for the effort there. I really thought that was going to get haywire there, but they figured it out. They cleaned it up. As we have a exciting battle for the lead now. It's the 59. He'll get the run on the outside of the 70 of Lemke. He's getting pushed by the 19 LaPrade, and right up the tailpipe of 19 is that 95 of Dylan Connolly.
Of course, right, and he makes a move to the inside, so Connolly not afraid to make these moves, gets down there, hits the apron a little bit, hits the apron again. 59 hits the apron. Why are we hitting the apron, Gordo? Why are we hitting the apron?
You know, just trying to make those bold moves, man. The car gets out of control sometimes.
Is it like a large font bold or just like normal bold?
Just normal bold. Just normal bold. Yeah.
Right now, right? It's
right
gonna,
now.
It's going to get
right
bigger.
Now.
It's going to get bolder and bolder.
Now we're at 21 laps to go, so these guys are going to start making some moves you wouldn't see them make earlier. The blocking is going to get ramped up. The lane changing is going to get ramped up. I would not be shocked if we didn't have another caution.
But we're running single file right now. See. Just see.
The 03 of James Moore looks like he had to make another pit stop. His car's... Oh no, he's just off the pace. I apologize.
No sounds coming out of that
yeah,
car.
no sounds. I think the engine has expired in the 03, so tough break for the 03 of James Moore. He will not live to see the end of this race. Well, he will. The car won't.
What about the guy at the end of pit road?
No, he won't. He's gone.
He's gone.
Rest in peace to his family.
To his family?
Yeah.
Like his family died?
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right, Joe. Back to the action here.
Back to the action.
Look, I'm tired, okay? Like I said, my brain's going about 17 different ways right now. But you know who else is going 17 different ways? To the front is the 59 car. As he leads this field, Feld is leading the field. That's a tongue twister and a half right there.
Feld leading the field here at Daytona International Speedway, not the road course.
Nope.
Or the Roval. They were calling it the Roval today. Could you
not
believe
a
that? It's
no,
not a
it's
Roval. It's a road course. It's just a road course.
Yes.
IMSA races there. It's a road course. So the Charlotte Roval is going to be a road course now. IMSA's racing there in the fall. But back to the action. Top 6 breakaway. It's Feld, Connolly, McDowell, Lemke, Sides, LaPrade. Running your top 6, all kind of broken away from the field. And I mean, a guy that we saw at the front for a lot of this race was that 19 of LaPrade, and right now he's riding off the back of this top 5.
Yeah, I wouldn't sleep on him though. I think he's still got a very good chance of winning this race. You know, right now he's just kind of riding it out and seeing what these guys in front of him do and playing his attack based off of that. So I really would not count out the 19 or any of these cars in this lead pack.
And we, again, appreciate all the chat right now. Tommy Bordeaux writes in he's a bold italics man. And Brandon Hawken writes in it's going to go from bold to ultra black. So,
oh my.
It looks like Feld blinks there for a second.
Yeah,
he
Feld
was riding
had a
the apron.
transponder issue. Yeah, that could have been very, very serious right there.
As they're coming up on Trapped Laffick of the 98 of Mike Wiley in a discount tire machine.
Yeah, Wiley hasn't really been able to rebound after he had that spin earlier. That's a shame. He showed some good speed there for a short run as 59 will pull high. It looks like he's having some transponder issues. That'll give the lead to the 95, Dylan Connolly. And Brendan McDowell will follow him in the second.
McDowell running up towards the front again as Lemke gives him a boot down into turns 3. I'd be really careful about giving people pushes down into 3 because that's just a really tricky part there with the transition.
It is. It really is. And honestly, the bumps these guys have been giving each other tonight, it's been unreal. These guys have been able to hold on to these bumps because they have been just slam drafting each other. I don't understand it.
Do you think that's just a product of how talented these drivers at the Bandit Racing League are? And if you want to race with some of the most talented sim racing drivers, you can check out the Bandit Racing League. Link in the description below to their SMS page. But do you think it just goes to show that these guys, they got the talent to do so? I mean, those bumps, not everyone can hold on to those bumps. We saw it earlier.
Yeah.
Even, you know.
Definitely fearless. I'll tell you that much. They're definitely fearless. I know if that was me out there, I've been screaming on the radio about telling that you know what in my back bumper to stop slamming me, but that's just me. But no, these guys have done a great job, a very entertaining race so far, and as we start lap 86 here, excuse me, lap 85, with 15 to go. Now, if you're in this situation, Joe, 15 to go, you're running, say, fourth or fifth, are you making your move now, or are you just riding this out till the end?
I would start thinking about making moves now because right now you only got 6 cars, 7 cars if you count Mike Wiley. They're a lap down. You only got 7 cars to kind of play with, to kind of manipulate to make the move that you want to. If a guy goes high and tries to make a move, I'm just going to go low and I'm going to take the position. It's as simple as that. We're running single file. I'm not going to make it hard on myself to pick up spots, but I'm going to try to make a move, but it's really hard to make a move right now when we're running single file like this. So
yeah, absolutely.
You kind of also, you go through the idea, you kind of try to bait a person. You poke right, you poke right, you poke right, and then eventually they're going to go outside because they're going to think, oh, he's got to run, he's going to push me. Then you duck back low and get the position that way, because that's really the only way you can get a position when you're running single file like this at Daytona. I know that's something I've had to do in the past to get positions. It's obviously different group of racers here. We've seen all night a lot of these guys not afraid to throw blocks. So that's another thing too you got to consider is if you make a move, are you going to be to the point where when you make that move you're going to be far enough inside to where that person isn't going to throw a block, or and this is a big where if they do throw a block they're going to glance right off your nose and it's not going to cause you any trouble, because you also got to think about that. If a guy throws a bad block, a lot of times bad blocks lead to bad wrecks, Gordo,
yes.
And you don't want that running late here. I mean, these guys, they're running for points too. I know we talked, it's the opening race. Everyone wants to win it. It's at Daytona, Southern 250 here, but you also want to make sure that you're not taken out of the points battle early on in the season.
Yep. Yeah, this is you got to be in it for the long haul, and like you said, you can really screw up your points situation by making a bad move here in Daytona. That could lead to a bad points position at the end of the season. So, you got to race with your head on your shoulders. You got to race smart and clean, but you also can't be afraid to make the move if the situation presents itself.
You just gotta. That's a really tricky question. I mean, I'm sure we have some talented sim racers in the chat too that I'm sure could weigh in on it, but I think you and I both know it's, and we can tell all the viewers at home, it's a tough situation to be in right now running single file, especially at the end of the race, because there's nothing more. You want to be out front, you want to be leading laps, that's where you want to be, but if you can't be there right now, you don't want to jeopardize losing all the track position you have. Like if you're McDowell or Lemke, maybe even you're running second or third right now, you're not going to make that move because you don't have to make that move because you have enough lap. You only have to pass 2 cars. But if you're Shane Sides in the 5, Dunlaprad in the 19, you got to start making moves now because you're going to run out of time with the way this race is kind of starting to play out.
And the one thing I worry about in Dunlaprad's case is, we talked about earlier, the 5 car has been involved in multiple incidents. He's got damage. So how do you trust that 5 car to make the move and still be able to have the steam to help you get to the front? That's going to be something we're going to see play out here. But I know one thing that's for sure is we have 10 laps to go here at Daytona.
Yeah, and thanks, Gordo. 10 to go. It's time for our TWB 10 to go. TWB coming this fall from the same people that brought you Kurt Cohen Furniture Ryan. A new company to help your business expand into new markets. TWB. You've heard about them here all over the place, sponsoring last night's USORL race. TWB coming this fall. Go online to TommyBordeaux.com for more information on TWB's founder, Tommy Bordeaux. That's funny how that works there, ain't it, Gordo? And be on the lookout this November for the launch of TWB. TWB. Let's do this together. And that was your TWB 10 to go. Connolly, McDowell, Lemke, your top 3 right now.
Like Shane Sides was making a look to the inside there. You know, that Tommy Bordeaux fella, I tell you, he's a sweetheart. If there was a man, if I had a daughter, I would tell that my daughter to marry a man like Tommy Bordeaux.
Oh, he's an innovator, Gordo. He's an absolute innovator, and he wasn't able to be in the booth with us last night due to going on a holiday, but we're gonna be he's gonna be competing for a championship Wednesday night, but then he's gonna be back in the booth Thursday night, and we love him here at JTN. We try to help him as much as we can with TWB, and they've been a great partner for us here.
Yep, they TWB. I tell you, that's a brand that you're going to see around for a long time. They're really going places.
And
We've got about 8 laps to go here. Still single file.
I was gonna these guys.
When do you make the move? Like I just, I'm sitting here on the edge of my seat because at some point somebody's going to have to jump out and make a move. You just don't know when.
I was gonna say, these guys, they want to go places, and maybe they should start talking to a company like TWB, because none of them can seem to go to the place they want to be, except Dylan Connolly, our current leader in that 95 Procore machine.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how this shakes out. I mean, if I'm the 70 of Lemke, I'm at least poking my nose to the outside of the 66, saying, "Hey, let's do this. Like let's figure this out." I mean, I don't know.
But
I understand waiting it out, but I really think that they're missing an opportunity here.
We also talked about earlier in the race, the 5 of Shane Sides and Andrew Lemke in that 70 car. They might have a little bit of beef. We thought
that's true.
That 5 car, there's no way he goes with the 70. He's going to try to take that position. So Lemke in a very tricky spot here, running third, with a guy behind him that I don't think he has a lot of confidence will push him.
Well, and again, too, equipment-wise, too, the 5 car has not shown the speed by himself to be able to push. He wasn't involved in those earlier incidents, so his car might not be 100%. And as I say that, here we go. Moves are starting to be made. These guys are moving and shaking about, trying to find a way to go.
And there's the 19. He did exact the 5 through a monster block there. But I said it right. 19, you're going to go high, and then that 5 car also went. He tried to duck back low, but just didn't have the momentum to make that pass.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, there was some bad timing there with that move. If he would have made that move a little sooner, I think he would have pulled the pass off. But now it seems like they've got a little bit of momentum on the outside as they get to the outer. Well, yeah, they're there. Okay, I was gonna say
they're barely there.
His quarter panel, but he got there through the corner.
Now,
if you're the 70 of Lemke, do you move up to block the run and join them, or do you stay low here?
I don't. You got the car. You definitely got the car to go lead that line, but I don't think they don't have the momentum. They got to get a good run. They have to get a good run, and you have to get a good run. As Lemke goes to the outside blocks, the 5 of Stowis. Oh boy!
I'm telling you, these blocks got me on the edge of my seat, man.
Something's gonna happen. Something bad about to happen. Whoa! Oh! Connolly! Big move.
That's a huge block there as they go off into turn 1, but it paid off. He's still going forward, and he still has the lead, as now we're double file again.
Yeah, as he goes back low to block the inside lane, and Feld pushing the 66 of McDowell, and they're coming up on lap traffic of the one Pine Sol machine.
Be interested to see where that slow car goes. That may play into the hand of Connolly here. It looks like we got 5 cars lined back up on the inside. The outside line is kind of dispersed again.
Yeah, and there they go, falling to the back. And right now you got 3 challengers lined up on that inside line behind the 95 of Connolly. Be interesting to see, too, if there's some Dodge factory orders there to work with the other.
True.
Work with your fellow manufacturer mates. We've seen that be a big story at restrictor plate races, or super speedway races, I should say.
Right.
always official.
Well, here we are. We're single file again. We're coming to. There'll be 3 to go when they get back to the line here. I mean, you saw that they're not afraid to make the move. As I say that, here comes the 59 moving to the outside. He'll take a look at the 66 McDowell for second.
And rather, there's 4 to go, because remember, we're racing to lap 101 here.
Oh, excuse me. I apologize.
We gotta make sure these fans know. Stick around. You still got an extra lap. You can't sell them short, Gordo. We're building as Feld on the outside, looking for the lead here down the front straightaway.
Tell you what, the action is ramping up. Y'all got bored with a single file race, and no more. Here we are, double file. They race off into turn 1. It's Feld on the outside. He's got Connolly charging back on the inside.
Yeah, but don't look now. Dunlaprad led a lot of the middle part of this race. He's pushing that 59 car right now. And we've known that Napa car, he's been strong all night. Can he push the 59 out to the lead? They should have the momentum down the backstretch.
Yep, 2 by 2, they run down the back. You've got the 4 cars, 5 cars lined up on the outside. The only 3 cars line up on the inside. Connolly's going to have to do something to break the momentum of the outside. Otherwise, they can wave this race bye-bye.
I don't know. That inside line now, they got the 1 car down there to help them with the draft. 95 goes up top, tries to side draft, but that 59, he's clear right now of that inside line.
Coming to the line here. 2 laps to go at Daytona Beach. And you couldn't ask for a more exciting finish here. These guys are going for it.
3 laps to go.
Yeah.
Or am I doing my math wrong? Are you
you're doing your math wrong. I'm including the 101.
You know.
Come on, JTN.
We're still side by side, man. We're still side by side
for the lead. Who cares about math right now? The racing is great. As they fly off into turn 3, looks like the 59 car. He's pulled ahead by a car length. Dunlaprad right there, though. He's giving him a good shot through the corner, but here comes Connolly charging back on the inside.
Oh, they're still side by side as they enter the tri-oval. Gordo, we're there. White flags out. We're racing still here side by side as we exit the tri-oval.
Oh wait, no. Actually, I think the next lap's the white flag.
Well,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Joe.
They're
let's
racing.
Just watch the racing. If they don't slow down after this lap, then that's the white flag.
Oh!
Around goes the 98 of Wiley. That's gonna
on his roof.
They're racing back. Oh wait, they got overtime. That's right. They don't.
Oh, Connolly in the wall. Remember, single file restarts here, so you want to make sure that you got the lead, and I don't know if Feld's going to be able to get him. He's got the momentum on the inside through turns 3 and 4.
Side by side, they fly through turns 3 and 4.
That's 66 now. Oh, they're 3 wide.
Call it, Joe. Who's going to be there?
I don't know. They're 3 wide through the tri-oval. Give it to Feld there at the yellow flag.
Wow, that was something. That got so out of hand and crazy so quick, but man, what a run back to the flag. Now, I think they do have overtime, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so this race is not official.
Oh my goodness.
This race is not official. We will have an attempt at overtime.
Well, and we talked about Gordo, and I mean, we're going right back to it. We talked about them being close on fuel, and overtime might not be factored into being close on fuel when they made their pit stops.
That's true. Remember, they did pit with about 27 laps to go, so these guys have got to be right on the end of their fuel window.
We'll get you a replay of what happened to Mike Wiley coming off of turn 2. It was a tough lick for the 98. You saw him over on his roof. Here you see it. He gets really loose on the bumper of the 66, and then the 1 car nowhere to go, and that sends the 98 around, and then grip flips down the back straightaway. And Gordo, those grip flips, they're kind of scary.
They are. You're 1 minute you're on your wheels, next minute you're on your roof, and you're not entirely sure how you got there. But glad to see the driver of 98, Mike Wiley, is healthy and safe and gets out of the car just fine. He's actually still driving the car. That's impressive.
Oh boy.
So we reset here.
Oh,
the leader not pitting. Wow, so they must have more fuel than I think.
Ooh. 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 Ah. I don't know what noise I'm making. I'm just, oof. Pace car light's still on, so we're going to have another 2 laps of caution here. And, Gordo, how are you setting yourself up for the run to the end here?
Well, if I'm the leader, I'm making my rear bumper as wide as possible, and if I'm the follower, I'm doing anything I can to try to get a run on the guys in front of me. A lot easier said than done, especially, like I said, we've had Dylan Connolly's been very aggressive with his moves tonight. We've seen very aggressive blocking, very aggressive bump drafting, so be very interesting to see how this plays out in the end.
Be interesting to see, and we saw those 3 side-by-side photo finish at the line to get the lead here. We'll take you back to that real quick here, actually. But that just shows how important the lead is here on the restart, especially with the spacing rules.
Yes. Yeah, you definitely want to, with the single file restarts, you definitely want to be as far forward as you can. As the lights are off, we are about to go back green.
Oh boy. So you see the run back to the line to get the lead here for this restart. But yeah, you wanted to have that lead there, and I mean, it showed. These guys, they really fought for it, and we reset. Jonathan Feld in first. McDowell is second. Connolly going to line up third here. Lemke fourth. LaPrade fifth. The Pine Sol car is a lap down. Who's in the one car?
That would be William Wilson.
William Wilson in the one car. He's a lap down, so he's dropping back here. And then Shane Sides rounding out your top 6. And that, nope, pace car lights are still on.
Oh, okay. They were off on my screen. So
I know, I saw them off too. It's weird. Down the backstretch, I don't think those lights work very well.
Gotcha.
Maybe some issues with the batteries.
Oh no, they extended the caution. That's why.
Oh.
It looks like race control has decided to extend the caution.
Well, see, you were right.
Yeah.
Why'd I doubt
Joe?
you? Why'd I doubt you?
I was wondering the same thing, but it's okay.
Bristol's yelling at me right now. Shame on you, Joe.
Yep. You know what? I would do the same thing.
Down from the truck. But working those controllers, I don't know how a dog can work those controllers so well.
Pretty impressive. I mean, it's like probably the most impressive dog since like
Airbud.
the Airbud. Yeah, exactly. I couldn't think of it.
It's okay. I got your back.
I almost said like Mike, but that was rapper Bow Wow that was in that movie. And not a dog. So that would have created some controversy, and I apologize if that would have stirred
the pot.
Stirred the pot, ruffled some feathers.
Well, there's a lot of fans here at Daytona, isn't there? That's got to ruffle some feathers.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing one single fan in the backstretch grandstand social distancing. So I'm a little
they are back
I'm
there.
a little panicked about the COVID situation in Daytona Beach right now. But you know, hey, they're living their best lives, and they're getting to see the Bandit Racing League,
which you can check out in the link in the description.
Best.
What will they do best here on this restart?
I think they're going to put on the greatest show on earth. I think they're going to be about 95 wide coming out of turn 4.
I think there's only 10 cars left.
Hey, they're going to find some people to finish this race. I don't know.
Hey, get those people on the backstretch.
There you go. I'm
Man.
sure they all came in cars, so.
Hopefully. But
here we are, Joe.
We're ready, man. We're ready. 2 laps to go here. It's overtime right here on JTN with the Bandit Racing League. Timmy's Cup Series. The pace car is going to make the hard left turn down pit road. Feld's going to have control of this restart with McDowell right behind him. They wait into the restart zone. Hit the gas. Back green flag racing here at
66
Daytona.
McDowell got a great restart there.
As he gets to the inside, that 50. Oh, he pushed him back up the track.
Door checked him for the lead. How about that?
Well, you know, it is the Tim Hortons Cup Series, and you know what else? Timmy's is from Canada, and you know what else is popular in Canada? Hockey.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Hockey.
well, that
got
too.
It.
You know.
All right, anyways.
It's a big run down the backstretch. Connolly to the back bumper of the 59. He's going to give him a push to the outside.
I'll tell you what, watch that 95 car. He is not afraid to make any moves. He absolutely jacks the 66 rear tires up off the ground. They fly through turn 3. They're coming to you out of 4.
Yeah, still side by side for third. The leaders, though, broken away single file. It's going to be interesting to see if Connolly can get a run here. Jocelyn for positions down through the tri-oval. White flags in the air one more time at Daytona.
Yep, this race is official. The next flag will end it. As they fly off of the turn 1.
Oh! Connolly just put LaPrade in the wall. LaPrade saves it. Oh, no, they're wrecking. They're wrecking hard. We'll get you back to that.
Oh, my.
But they're racing back to the line.
Heck of a ride down there in turn 1. But they're racing back. They fly off down the back straightaway. The 59 all over the back end of McDowell.
Felt looking for the lead. He's going to have to make a move here on McDowell in that 66. Looks to the inside, looks to the outside, gets back in, outside, inside. outside. Doesn't look like he's going to have the run coming off of turn 4. Gets barely to the outside, but that's not going to do it. Give the win. 66 McDowell wins it at Daytona.
Wow, what a finish. I'll tell you, oh, guys, this race is over. You guys need to slow down.
Oh, they're still wrecking.
Oh, my gosh. That huge impact on the inside. That looked like the 95 finally in the final sides. Oh, my gosh.
Lemke into sides.
Oh, no.
That's
that
not
was
good.
A hard lick. That was a 70 car. That was that beef, I think. It was sizzling.
It was sizzling.
That was a top sirloin beef right there at the end of that race. But I tell you what a performance. What a job McDowell did to win that race. He was up front most of the evening, and he made the right moves. I mean, credit to him for getting such a great run at restart.
As you're going to see the replay here, LaPrade comes off the wall. Lemke gets into the back of him. He gets into the 89 or 98. And Mike Wiley tumbles over and on his roof, manages to drive it away once more. But Gordo, that was a finish.
Yes, it was, and that was kind of the finish we expected to see after how thrilling and exciting the mid-race action was. I mean, there weren't too many, non-exciting moments in this race. This race had it all. So I'm really glad the fans got to see such a great race brought to you by the Bandit Racing League, Tim Hortons Cup Series. Fantastic race, fantastic win for McDowell, and we look forward to seeing some more Bandit Racing League action in the future.
And before we get out of here, we're going to get you to some podium interviews, so stay tuned for those as we get all that set up here. Post-race slides should be up on your screen now. They're still wrecking. Don't know why they're still wrecking.
Yeah, some tempers runneth over potentially this evening.
And remember, these results are going to look much like the standings here. So, just oopsie doodle about that. I don't know what that was, Gordo. I don't know what I just did.
I don't know.
Here I am.
That's why you're our fearless leader.
Fearless. As we had 13 cars in tonight's race, so it was a decent-sized field here. To make sure if you want to join the Bandit Racing League, you check out their link in the description below to join their SMS page. And McDowell, though, that was a hell of a run to get there to the end.
Yeah, he showed a lot of prowess there in those last handful of laps between making the move and getting to the middle of that 3 wide, come back to the caution, and then absolutely perfectly timing that jump on the restart to get to the inside of Feld. You couldn't draw it up any better here at Daytona.
I was actually, my export is not correct because I didn't grab it quick enough. Whoops. But anyways, we're in post-race. So we will bring in our winner first. Brendan McDowell, driver of the 66. So let's bring him in here, Gordo.
Sure.
All right, bringing him into the booth. Our winner, Brendan McDowell, driver of the number 66 Dodge. What was the sponsor on that hood, Brendan?
My employer, the Columbia Fireflies minor league baseball team. I work for them under video production manager.
Well, look at that. You worked for a minor league team today. You work for a minor league baseball team, but today you hit it major league, winning at Daytona. How does that feel?
It's good. I just came off the BRL Super Speedway Series championship, and so I'm just kind of my nature, I guess. I wish I could be better on the other tracks, but that was pretty intense the last few laps. I got to thank Dylan for that push. Instead of going with Fjeld, he went with me, and that pretty much got me the race.
I have to ask you, man, what was going through your mind there? The move you made coming off of turn 4 to coming back to the line to get to that caution, and then also the perfectly timed jump on that restart there. I mean, those are two of the most clutch moves I've seen in sim racing in a long time. Tell me what was going through your mind there in those closing laps.
To be honest, Will Wilson, he was the creator of the Southern 250 about 10 years ago, and he hasn't raced an NR race in about 10 or 5 years, or maybe 4 or 5 years. And I was thinking, like, how can I get this guy up here? And he got up to third. That was really what was going through my mind. I wasn't even sure if I really wanted to win the race. I kind of wanted to push him, but by the last lap, I was like, all right, I'm up front. I might as well win it. But
Might as well, yeah.
yeah. But I think the most important thing is I had to get up front and get control of the race before I could do that. So that's pretty much what was going through my head, is just trying to get control of the race, and getting up front was the best way to do that.
And you talk about getting up front. We saw you're I don't want to say you were mid-pack, but you're mid-pack throughout a lot of the race. You started fourth after the dual races. What went through your mind throughout the race? You're working. You got to work these guys, right, in these super speedway races. You got to kind of work. You got to kind of start making plans on how you're going to make moves, but you don't want to show your cards. But when you're towards the back, it's kind of hard to do that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard. The thing about this race, it's a 250-mile race, so it's pretty long in sim racing terms. So we kind of just hung out in the back. I didn't want to. They were getting a little Riley up there, and I didn't want to get caught up in something we weren't responsible for. So just in the back. I mean, we were all just single file for the longest time the second half of the race, and I was fine with that. I knew that there was no reason to push the issue, but when the time came, it was good to capitalize when we needed to.
And before we let you go, you said minor league baseball team, but thank the rest of your sponsors, teammates, whatever you got to do, bud.
I got to thank Dylan, John, Dunn, and Will. I'm glad Will came out and raced this race. It was good to see him back. But Dylan, John, and Will and Dunn, they're all my good teammates, and they helped me win the championship last year, and they definitely helped me win this race.
And, of course, congratulations on your win. Where are you guys heading next week?
I actually do not know.
Well, that keeps
Mine
the fun
was caught
up.
up in the Southern 250.
Exactly. Because
Yep.
you just won one of the biggest races in sim racing here in the Bandit Racing League. Congratulations on your win, Brendan, and good luck next race, wherever it may be, and go get another win. Keep this momentum going.
All right, thank you guys.
Yep, good luck. Yep, good race, good win.
Thanks.
That was Brendan McDowell, driver of the 66 car, Dodge, Gordo, and I see our second place finisher. Was it Will Wilson?
No, he was third.
He was third, so our second place finisher.
Was Feld.
So let's see if we're gonna bring Will Wilson in here, our third place finisher first, because I think the admins of the league are still talking some stuff over. So let's see. We'll bring him in here. Hopefully he's not talking. Let's see. Hopefully that mic ain't hot. Oh.
Oh, you're good.
Well, see, we brought him in here. We just heard from our winner, Brendan McDowell, about Mr. William Wilson, driver of the number 1 Pine-Sol Chevy. Third place finish tonight, bud. That's got to feel really good.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad being out of it as long as I was.
And how long was that? Sorry.
Well, the timing's off. I'm not 100% certain. Probably 4 or 5 years of not racing.
Well, it's got to feel good. Top 3 finish, finishing third here at Daytona in the Southern 250. I mean, we saw that the one car, you guys maybe struggled a little bit through the mid part of the race. What was going through your mind at that point?
Well, just to be conservative, be safe, try to stay towards the back, avoid any trouble. And that ended up costing me when it came to the pits, because I lost the pack for as long as I did, but got fortunate, got caught up in a wreck on accident, of course, and didn't mean to do that to Mike there, but ended up helping me out, ended up being able to get up there and finish third.
Yeah, that was a strong comeback for you this evening, and yeah, it was fun. It was fun watching you work through the pack there at the end. Brendan, the winner, was very very complimentary of you, and was saying that he was trying his best to try to get you in a position to win there. But yeah, you showed a lot of tenacity tonight, coming back from a lap down to getting yourself in a position to potentially get a W there. What was going through your mind there in the last restart? Because you held in there. You made some great moves. Tell me what was going through your mind there.
Well, no holds barred. It's a full race of being conservative, being safe, and towards the end there, it was just get up and go. Stop being safe and just try my best at trying to get a win. I've ran 11 of these, and I've won none of them. But Brendan's won 2, so I'm happy for him. A little bit envious, but I'm happy with the outcome. And I was a little bored there, but towards the 3/4 mark because of running by myself for as long as I was. I have to say, being back with the pack, I felt a lot more at home. But
well, your patience definitely paid off there, and a great run this evening, and definitely one of the more recognizable cars out there on the racetrack.
I do appreciate that, brother.
Yep.
And before we let you go, we give everyone the chance. Thank your sponsors. Thank everyone that got you here to this third place finish tonight.
Well, I want to thank Mike's car for being in the way of my fender. It helped me out. But more specifically, just teammates helped me out. We good on comms the whole race, and I just got lucky there. Just got lucky at the end to be in the position that I was to finish on podium.
Yeah, and congratulations on that podium. Well deserved, and knocking the rust off tonight. That's got to feel good. That was Will Wilson, driver, the number 1 Pine Sol Chevy Camaro. Good luck next week.
Thanks.
Good luck. Great run.
All right.
Take it easy, guys.
Yep, you too. And next up, it's going to be Jonathan Feld. Am I saying that right? We'll ask him. We'll ask him. Here he is, bringing him up into the booth. Here he is. Oh, see, he's a man of good taste.
Yeah.
He's a man of good taste here. Driver the number 59. What was the sponsor? I'm trying to get all these sponsors straight in my head. The 59.
Yeah, so it's Epiphone Guitars. I got my Epiphone guitar right here, my acoustic DR100 here. So thought I'd paint one up for my car and all that, kind of reflect what I like to do in real life. So.
Well, and what you like to do in real life, but what you like to do tonight was lead laps. That 59 car, you were strong throughout this race. What went into the preparation for tonight?
Oh man, it was honest to God, like before I went and like started practicing and all that, like after I set up the server and stuff like that, I was like having some dinner, and I had Fuel by Metallica blasting in my kitchen and Flirting with Disaster by Molly Hatchet. Like I was just getting hyped up, just ready to go for this race, because it's the Southern 250. It's a race that Will Wilson, you just interviewed and all that, started 9 years ago. And I mean, I even told him, I was like, man, like who would have thought we'd be like racing the Southern 250, 2020 with, all of us here, like old Spole and stuff. So yeah, just hyped up, ready to go. And thankfully the race ended up living up to it.
Yeah, it was definitely an entertaining race throughout. Tell me what was going through your mind. It was kind of a question I've been asking everybody. I mean, the racing was very, very aggressive, and it was a lot of fun to watch for most of the evening. But that last restart there, I mean, you guys are on the edge of your seat. I mean, tell me what's going through your mind there when you're coming to take that green on that overtime attempt.
Yeah, honestly, when we were under caution and stuff, I was just kind of joking around with the guys a little bit, because I can't remember. I think it was Joe Montana. Like he joked around with just a lot before big plays and stuff, and people kind of look at him weird, but it calms the nerves and makes you feel easy in the moment. So
Right.
I was just kind of anticipating Brendan's run, and he got the run, and I just couldn't block in time. But thankfully, I had a couple ways to get back up there, so that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It was he did make a great move on you there. But I mean, you made some very bold moves yourself, and you showed that car had a lot of speed in it all night. I mean, you were very, very capable of getting from the back to the front in no time flat, which is impressive because of how racy everything was tonight. So my hat's off to you. You did a great job this evening. You were up front, led a lot of laps, like Joe said, and congrats on the run. Obviously, wasn't quite what you were hoping for, but you still got the second place finish.
Yeah, for sure. I really enjoyed the racing at the end there, because I mean, you guys saw it too. I mean, I got shuffled back, and then I was able to make a move to the outside, and then I got shuffled back again, and then I was able to dive it inside and kind of come back and all that. It was just a lot of back and forth, and able to really just maneuver and race and all that, and it made for a really fun time. I was happy about that.
Yeah,
and
we definitely had a lot of fun up here in the booth watching you guys tonight.
Oh yeah.
And we're glad you got that second place finish. I'm sure you and the whole 59 crew wishing you could have got one more. But before we let you go, moment to shine. You got this second place finish. You deserved it. You earned it. Thank your sponsors. Make them proud.
Yeah, so I want to first of all thank Epiphone, of course, great guitars, and I want to shout out just a couple different causes. Autism Speaks. I just want to remember my friend Sam Limbaugh. Thinking of his family and all that. He was a big advocate for the cause. ALS Foundation. My uncle, he's going through complications of that. I'm going to run a Jeff Gordon tribute scheme a couple weeks from now in Darlington because we're both Jeff Gordon fans and all that. Want to thank Migros was on the car. That was a French grocery store that I went to when I got the opportunity to go overseas when I was about 12 years old. Dodge Challenger. I want to thank Pine Sol, even though it wasn't on the car. I'll give you guys some context. Number one car that Will ran. He ran it all the way back in like 2011, 2012 when Sproul ran in like the original Southern 250. So when I've seen that car every time on the track, I was like, oh my gosh, I've done a time warp. So yeah, thanks to Pine Sol, Will Wilson, Wiley and Luss just putting this all together and you guys too. Thank you for broadcasting this. This is cool.
Yeah, we're more than happy to do it, and especially when you guys put on such great racing here. And congratulations on your second place finish, and good luck next race.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yep, thank you.
And that was Jonathan Feld, driver of the number 59 car, Dodge Challenger. He said the sponsor, and he got a sponsor.
Epiphone.
Epiphone. I got it. Did I get it?
You got it.
I got it. But Gordo, before we go, sum up this race. We always let our opposite of me, broadcast host.
Yeah.
Sum up the race. 1 word, 2 words, whatever, however many words you want.
Exciting. Probably one of the better super speedway races I've watched in a while. There were really, other than right before the pit stop sequences, a lot of great hard racing, very aggressive racing. It's just a lot of fun to watch, and I'm glad I was here to take part in the Bandit Racing League's Tim Horton's Cup Series presentation of the Southern 250. It was a lot of fun, and I look forward to maybe partaking in some more broadcasts with this series.
Yeah, and it's been a fun time. We're so thankful everyone that joined us throughout the night, or if you're watching the live replay right on the JoeTow Network, youtube.com/JoeTowNetwork. For all of us here at JTN, for Alex, Gordon, Gordo, I didn't do it once tonight, Gordo. I did it.
I'm proud of you, buddy.
I'm getting good at this. For Bristol back in the truck, I'm Joe Twansky. Thank you so much for watching. Spread love, peace, and happiness with your heart, with your mind. And be the best person you can be. We will see you Wednesday night, 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time, for the Friends of Sim Racers Tour Racing League Under Armour Cup Series. I faked you out there. I didn't say Dash Series. From the Texas Motor Speedway, it's the championship Final 4 race, and it's going to be a good one. We'll see you.